Wait, you bet! Oral Roberts pulls out a stunner.
Now, here's the voice of the Golden Eagles, Connor Clark.
Live from the Denny Sanford Premier Center in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. It is the most wonderful time of the year in the college basketball calendar. Game 1 of the Summit League Conference Tournament as the 8th-seeded Golden Eagles of Oral Roberts face off against the 9th-seeded Kansas City Roos for the third time in 2025-26. Hi, everybody. This is Connor Clark here on the ORU Sports Network. This is the Empire Fence pregame show. We're so glad you can make us a part of your Wednesday evening festivities. And, well, let's get right into it here as, well, we see the Kansas City Roos for the third time this year and for the second time in as many games. So, well, you may know a lot about Kansas City, but let's refresh your memory. They finished the regular season with a record of 4-26, 1-15 in the Summit. Their lone win coming against Omaha on the road in conference play. That is actually their only Division I win this season as well. So it has been a year that has not really gone the Roos' way. Of course, Marvin Menzies is on his way out. We'll get to more of that here later on in the pregame show. And it's just been kind of a weird year in Kansas City, Missouri. The last time out for this team, well, it was a 94-70 loss against Oral Roberts at home to close the regular season. Carmelo Branch led the team with 22 off the bench. He also had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Jason Petty with 18 points and 1 rebound. And C.J. Evans with 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And it was a game where they struggled mightily, especially from the field in that first half. Only shot at 27% for the field, 28% from 3. In the second half, much different story. They were 55.6% from the field and 38.5% from 3. So much, much more efficient. But that was a little bit too late for Kansas City to try and climb back into it. Oral Roberts did out-rebound the Roos in that game as well, 42-27. They absolutely dominated the glass against the Roos on Saturday. But Kansas City brings in a pretty balanced attack. They've got 4 guys averaging double figures, which computes to 65.5% of their overall scoring. They're led by Carmelo Branch's 12.5 a game, C.J. Evans averaging 11.9, Jason Petty at a flat 11, and Kashim Grady at 10.1 points per game. So those are the 4 names to look out for, and you heard 3 of them in the game recap from Saturday, and, well, they played pretty well offensively. It just took them a little bit to get going in that ball game as well. We mentioned Marvin Menzies, the head coach right now, is on his way out. He was actually informed that he was getting let go on January the 12th of this season, and he only has that one Division I we mentioned on the road against Omaha in conference play. And then, well, a little bit less than a month later, it was announced that Mark Turgeon was going to take his spot, announced on February the 1st of this season, and he brings in quite the career resume. We talked about it earlier this season, but we'll refresh your memory right here. A career record for Mark Turgeon of 476 and 275. He's been to 10 NCAA tournaments. Would have been 11 without that COVID season, or if COVID never happened, rather. And he's a 2-time regular season conference champion in the Missouri Valley with Wichita State and in the Big Ten with the Maryland Terrapins. His career path, he was at Jacksonville State from 1998 to 2000, Wichita State from 2000 to 07, Texas A&M from 07 to 2011, where he went to the NCAA tournament in all 4 years with the Aggies, and then spent a little bit over a decade with Maryland, 2011 to 2022. He's had his teams ranked in the preseason top 25 5 different times, and he's been ranked in the final AP poll also 5 different times. So a very, very high pedigree in the coach of Mark Turgeon, and a pretty big splash of a hire for Kansas City. And while that era will start rather soon, Mark Turgeon is a Kansas City guy. So if you're wondering why that is happening, that's why. He's a local guy. He's got the ties, and, well, he's going to bring a lot in with him. But the Mark Turgeon era has not started just yet. We've still got Marvin Menzies on the sidelines for Kansas City. Players to watch, and we've talked about them already. Carmelo Branch leading the way with 12.5 points a game, 2.6 rebounds, and 1.5 assists. He leads the team in scoring. He is 14th in the conference in points per game, and, man, he will shoot the 3 ball, whether he's making them or missing them. 66% of his field goal attempts are from beyond the arc. 203 of his total 306 this season. C.J. Evans, another guy to look out for, averaging 11.9 points, 2.6 rebounds, 3.9 assists. That's where he really makes his money. third in the Summit League in that category. He's averaging 15.5 in his last 2 games. He had 20 points against South Dakota State, and then, of course, that 11 points we mentioned against Oral Roberts on Saturday. And then finally, Jason Petty, averaging 11 points per game, 4 rebounds, 1.6 assists. And these guys had pretty consistent success over the last few years, and he was actually the Summit League Freshman of the Year 2 seasons ago in 2022-23. We'll flip it over to the Oral Roberts side of things, coming in at 9-22 and 4-12 in the conference. However, ORU, and you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you this a month ago, comes into this tournament with the longest winning streak in the Summit at 3 consecutive games. They come off a season high in field goal makes with 36 of them against Kansas City. And, well, this was the scoring breakdown. Ty Harper led the team with 27 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. He's playing as good as anybody in the entire country right now. Connor Dow with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists right back at him. And then Luke Ray ties his career high with 20 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. And he also had 20 points at Omaha that originally set that career high. It's the first time since January 21st of 2017 at Omaha where Oral Roberts had 3 20-point scores in a game. So a little bit of history right there for you, and a pretty niche stat. Shout out Max Warner, our sports information director, for that information on that one. But pretty cool performance there from Oral Roberts, and they look to continue that as their offense has been blazing hot over the last week. Let's talk about the last week. Well, Oral Roberts has won 3 straight, their longest winning streak in about 2 seasons. They hold the longest winning streak in the conference heading into the Summit League tournament, and, well, over that span, they're averaging 86.7 points per game, which is 14.3 points per game better than their season average. Those 3 wins, a 67-62 win over South Dakota, a 102-80 win over Denver, and a 94-70 win over Kansas City last Saturday. They were the top scoring offense in the entire country last week in that win over Denver and Kansas City, averaging 98 points a game. That is pretty hard to do. And, yes, in the country, number 1 out of 364 teams. Over the last 5 games, Oral Roberts is averaging 78.6 points per game. That's about 5 above their season average. And on the defensive end, they're allowing 73.1 points per game, which is 5 points per game below their season average. So they're trending in the correct directions on both offense and defense. And over the last 5, more offensive stats for you. 48.2% from the field, which is 5.5% above their season average, and 34.7% from three land, which is 3.2 above their season average in that category as well. So, again, with the wins come improving numbers, and we're seeing that all over the place for Oral Roberts here in the 3-game win streak. You can't talk about this 3-game win streak without talking about Ty Harper's historic week as well. He led the country in scoring in the last 2 games at 37 points per game, and he also led the country in free throws made with 25 of them, of course, going 21 of 21 against Denver. He was also named Lou Henson National Player of the Week. He was a Summit League Peak Performer of the Week, which is the first Golden Eagle to receive said recognition in the conference. And he was also named to the Summit League All-Second Team, which was announced on Tuesday. So the only Golden Eagle to make an all-conference team this season. He's averaging 29.7 points per game and 3.6 assists over his last 5 games. I think that's pretty good, if you ask me, or really if you ask anybody. Averaging nearly 30, I think the Golden Eagles will take that. So that is what Ty Harper has been up to over the last few games. Players to watch for Oral Roberts, it begins with Ty Harper, and his season average in points per game is already at 18 now, 17.9. But if you want to round up, 3 rebounds a game, 2.5 assists per game. We mentioned he's averaging 29.7 points per game, 47 points against Denver, a career high by a mile. He's a team leader in points and assists per contest. Number 25, Luke Gray, another name to look out for. 8.1 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, and 0.3 assists. We talked about his game over the last few weeks and how much better it has gotten. He's averaging 13.3 points per game, 6.1 rebounds in his last 8 games. He's had 2 20-point games sprinkled in there, and he is shooting 63% from the field in that 8-game stretch. So not only have his numbers improved, but his efficiency numbers have skyrocketed along with it. It has been really fun to watch Luke Ray ascend over the last week and a half or so. And then finally, it's Connor Dow, averaging 12.1 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 1.7 assists. And a guy who can fill it up. He's averaging 18 a game against Kansas City through 2 meetings so far this year. But away from the point scoring, he's actually averaging 6.7 rebounds a game during this win streak. So he's been crashing the glass. He's had back-to-back 8-rebound games. So look out for number 5 on the glass here tonight. In the overall series, ORU leads at 32-15 all time. The last meeting came on Saturday, a 94-70 win over Kansas City in Kansas City. Oral Roberts has won 2 straight in the series. However, ORU all time is 0-3 against Kansas City in neutral site games. A pretty niche stat, but one that applies here tonight. And these two teams actually met in the 8-9 game last season, and it ended up being a 73-56 win for Kansas City. They would eventually be eliminated by the top seed Omaha last year, but that is something to look out for. Oral Roberts trying to change the course of that history here tonight and make it 4 wins in a row and set themselves up with a date with the number 1 seed in the entire Summit League, the North Dakota State Bison. But we've got 40 minutes of basketball between now and then to talk about. So stick with us. This is the Empire Fence pregame show, and coming up, we will talk with assistant coach Donovan Williams for the second time in as many pregame shows as he previews Kansas City for a third and final time this season, previews what they bring to the table and what Oral Roberts needs to do in order to move on to the opening round, technically, of the Summit League tournament here in 2026. So do not go anywhere. All that and more is coming your way next. This is the Empire Fence pregame show right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Golden Eagle basketball is right around the corner. Time to get you geared up with everything you need to know with the Empire Fence pregame interview. Here's Connor Clark.
Welcome back into the Empire Fence pregame show here ahead of Oral Roberts and Kansas City Game 1 of the Summit League Tournament. This is Connor Clark, now joined by assistant coach Donovan Williams here in our pregame interview segment. And, Coach, what we just talked about this Kansas City Roos team not too long ago on last Saturday's pregame show. And when you scout a team back-to-back in back-to-back games, which is, A, just rare in college basketball, and B, you know a lot about them, but then again, they can throw a lot of different looks at you. So when it comes to just preparing for this team for back-to-back games, what changes for you, if anything, and how do you go about preparing your team tonight?
Yeah, well, you look at both Game 1 and Game 2 in the regular season, and, you just try to come together and try to think of things that they can change and things that they might do differently to counter, some of your attacks. So, but at the end of the day, we got to prepare. We got to just worry about ourselves and continue to just execute at a little bit better rate, and then just continue to increase our focus and our attention to detail and just what matters. And that's, just every little possession. Every possession matters, and, if you win enough possessions, you end up winning the game.
Carmelo Branch is the guy to look out for them. We talked about him on Saturday, averaging 12.5 a game, and he had one of his better games of the year on Saturday with 22 points. Was a little bit quiet in that first half, but really started to get it going in that second half. And a guy who just shoots a ton of threes, 66% of his field goal attempts from beyond the arc. And you're probably not going to limit his attempts just because he takes so many of them, but how do you make those attempts more difficult?
Yeah, and that's been a big focus for us. In Game 1, he was 3 for 10 from 3. In Game 2, he was 5 for 10 from 3. So, he's the operative of the scouting report for us. He's very dynamic, and when he has it going, they're really, really good. So trying to limit his catch and shoot opportunities, and when he does shoot it, just make sure they're highly contested and urgent stick hands, and obviously the possession's not over till you go box out and get the defensive rebound. So putting it all together, but that's been a big focus with us leading to this first round matchup.
And Jason Petty also coming off of a pretty nice game with 18 points, and it was rather quiet outside of those two guys, but number 0 and number 1, A, at the top of the roster, and then B, at the top of the scouting report. And Petty, more of a dynamic player, not as much reliant on the 3, and a guy who's had success in this league for a couple of years now.
Yeah, he's been playing with a high level of confidence. Against our game, he was 4 for 7 from three. The game before our last regular season game, he was 5 for 8. So, he's been scoring at all three levels. And again, he's another dynamic guard that's very dangerous. So, again, their guard play is as good as anybody in this league. So we got to come out with an intense focus and just get the job done.
A couple of glaring things that stuck out to me in a successful way for your team on Saturday was the zone defense that Kansas City threw at you guys. It seems like you guys were able to pick that apart rather quickly. They switched back to the zone, or back to the man-to-man rather, in a matter of possessions. And what did you see about that defense, and what allowed you to be able to attack it so efficiently?
Now, Connor, I can't give you all my secrets, but the biggest thing is, just take what the defense gives you. If they're overplaying things, just go where they're not, and just keep the ball moving, and try to get the best efficient shots we can offensively.
And then the other glaring thing to me was the rebounding battle. You guys went at 42-27. You just dominate the glass, especially defensively. And a part of that was the amount of threes they were taking that first half of the long rebounds. But, I mean, there was no question about where the blue jerseys were going to be when a ball goes up.
Yeah, and part of that's us making shots. I think with that ball going in, we're having a little bit more energy. We're flying around, and we try to tell our guys, no matter if you're making or missing shots, you still got to play with that same energy and that same passion. But that's something we focus on in practice, man. Just our daily habits of shot goes up, you got to turn and hit, and then if we can dominate them on the glass again tonight, that would be great.
Now, flipping over to your guys' team, you've won 3 in a row. You bring the longest win streak in the conference into the conference tournament, and a big reason for that has been Ty Harper's play over the last 5. He's averaging nearly 30 a game, and, of course, 47 against Denver, 27 against Kansas City. And we can talk all we want about his individual play, but how does his success really open it up for everybody else that's on the floor for you guys?
Yeah, Ty's been great. He was just recognized as second-team All-League performer in this conference. And, when he's playing at his best, man, he's as good as any guard in the conference. He's the captain of our team, the leader of the ship. I credit him to how much vocal he's become as of late. And, sometimes when you're a senior and it's your last go-around, that sense of urgency does pick up. But, he's been doing a great job for us, and, we just lean on his leadership.
Another guy who's been a really big part of this winning streak is Luke Gray. He's averaging 13 points and a little bit over 6 rebounds over his last 8 games, and he's tied his career high twice with 20, of course, scoring 20 at Kansas City. And a guy who's been extremely efficient over the last 5 as well, shooting 63% from the field. And what have you seen from, A, the quality of shot that he's been able to take, just B, the way he steps into it with confidence right now?
Yeah, Luke Gray, man, he's a sophomore. Sometimes, the game starts to slow down for him. And, we've been very happy with his performance, especially here in the, at the end of the conference play. And he's shooting it as good as anybody. He went 4 for 6 in our last game against UMKC from 3. And, we're hoping that he can continue to shoot with confidence as, it's just tough defending a pick and pop 5, that has the ability to stretch the floor.
Now, your guys' offense has made national headlines. It was the best scoring offense last week, averaging 98 a game over those 2, and it's been really good over this winning streak, averaging over 87 a game. But I want to talk about the defense. Over your last 5, you guys are allowing about 5 less points a game. What has changed on that end? And I know you can't empty the bag of secrets, as you just said, but it just seems like the level of connectivity with your guys on the defensive side of the basketball has really, really elevated.
Yeah, no question. And that's something we harp as a coaching staff, man. We got to continue to try to defend at a high level and just value each and every possession. Every possession matters. But, yeah, we've definitely been playing more connected as of late. I wish we could have played a little bit more connected early in the year. If we could have got a couple more defensive stops, we might have added a couple more wins. But, again, you want to be playing your best basketball, late February leading into March. And, we're here in the tournament and feeling good about ourselves and playing at a high rate. So we're hoping to continue to take that momentum throughout this tournament.
Well, as always, Coach, in back-to-back weeks now, thank you very much for your time, and good luck tonight in the opening game of the Summit League tournament.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Well, as assistant coach Donovan Williams will get you starting lineups and tip-off. Coming up next, this is the Empire Fence pregame show.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Golden Eagle basketball is coming your way right now. Time for tip-off on the ORU Sports Network.
Just about ready to rock here in the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Game number 1 of the Summit League Tournament between Oral Roberts and Kansas City. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. So glad to make you part of our Tuesday night, Wednesday night, what day of the week it is. All I know is we're playing basketball here tonight from Sioux Falls. Let's get you the starting lineups here for both sides. We'll start with the Kansas City Roos. It starts with a leading scorer, Carmelo Branch, a junior out of Tampa, Florida. A junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, Jason Petty. A junior out of Kylie, Texas, CJ Evans. A junior from Orlando, Florida, Trey Booker Lori. And a graduate student out of the Netherlands, it's Jerome Paul. Marvin Bench is in his 3rd season, is the head coach, a record of 44 and 83, an overall record in his 15th season at 290 and 242. On the other side for Oral Roberts, they look more the same. A graduate student from Northwest Georgia, arguably one of the best guards in the country right now, Ty Harper. A redshirt junior out of Jinx, Oklahoma, Chase Martin. A junior out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, Connor Dow. A redshirt sophomore out of Israel, Oprah Bay. And a sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma, Luke Gray. Corey Barnett is the head coach in his 1st season, record of 9 and 22. However, the Golden Eagles have won 3 in a row. Their first 3-game winning streak since 2023-24, and they currently possess the longest winning streak in the Summit coming into tonight's ball game. So a lot to look out for here tonight as the Golden Eagles try and keep that trend going against Kansas City and look to complete the 3-game sweep of the Kansas City Roos here tonight. Some overall numbers for both teams. We'll start with Kansas City. They average 69.6 points per game, which is last in the league. 41.5% from the field, also last in the league. 30.2% from beyond the arc, also last in the league. They are a 68% free throw shooting team. That is 8th in the conference. They average 33.4 rebounds a game, which is a margin of -6.5. And we saw that on full display on Saturday when Oral Roberts out-rebounded them by 15. And then the turnovers, they average 13.3 rebounds a game, or turnovers rather, this season, with a margin of -1.4. On the other side, Oral Roberts averages 73.3 points per game, which is 8th in the league. 42.7% from the field, which is also 8th. 31.5% from beyond the arc, also 8th. And then 75.7 for the free throw line, which is 2nd. They average 34.5 rebounds a game, an average margin of -0.5, and then 13.2 turnovers per game, -2.1. Defensive numbers on both sides. Oral Roberts gives up 78.1 per game, which is 5th in the league overall, but they're only giving up 73.1 points per game over the last 5. On the other side, Kansas City defense is where they have really, really struggled so far this season. They give up 84 a game, which is dead last in the Summit, and both times Oral Roberts has seen this Kansas City Roos team, they have been able to exploit it, especially last time out with the 94 points on the board. A note here tonight, too, and I know you can't see the game, you're listening to the game, but Chase Martin is wearing the number 12 here tonight. There was something wrong with his normal jersey, so he's wearing number 12, so maybe a new alter ego for Chase Martin here tonight as he gives Alex Kudo the shoulder bump in the starting lineups, and that'll take some getting used to here tonight. But, hey, Chase Martin is number 12 for tonight and maybe for the rest of the week as well. But this Golden Eagle squad is playing with loads and loads of confidence. We talked with Donovan Williams in the pregame interview segment during the Empire Fence pregame show, and, well, for good reason. Oral Roberts is much better on the defensive end, much better on the offensive end, and, well, with that comes confidence, and then with a 3-game winning streak, they're winning 3 games in a row at arguably the best time of the year to do so as they're transitioning from late February into March. And Oral Roberts, well, if they can get a win here tonight, they'll get a third meeting with North Dakota State. And, well, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but if you remember, they took North Dakota State to double overtime up in Fargo on January the 3rd. But we've got 40 minutes of basketball here in the play-in game to decide a winner. And CU faces off against the top overall seed here at the Nate Sanford Premier Center. A great venue as always, great event as always, put on by the Summit League. And sparse crowd here tonight. A lot of Jackrabbit blue, some North Dakota State green, and some Oral Roberts navy blue as well. We got the women's team in the house. They play on Friday. We'll have coverage of that as well for you here on the ORU Sports Network. Great to see them out and supporting him. Of course, we've got some Kansas City Roo navy blue as well. Oral Roberts will go left to right to start things off. Kansas City going right to left. It is Palm and Gray in the middle as we are ready for postseason basketball. It's the best time in the college basketball calendar. March is underway as Luke Gray wins the tip back to Ofri Neve, who's immediately pressured, and he will bring it across the timeline himself. Oral Roberts with the basketball to start off tonight's ball game. Ty Harper with it, hands back off to Neve, now head of the key for Luke Gray. They swing it left to right to Dow, who's there at the wing. Dow finds Harper head of the key with 14 to shoot, being guarded by Booker Laurie. Harper underneath, tried to lob it, and it was picked off in the process. Right there in the passing lane, Petty. Now here comes Kansas City for the game's first possession on their end. It's Evans running the point between the circles, goes left to the wing. Evans picks up his dribble, feeds it head of the key for Branch. Now right wing, Booker Laurie looking for an entry pass, doesn't have it. He'll drive the lane instead, missed the left-handed layup, and the rebound to Connor Dow. Chase Martin now up and pushing. He'll dump it off for Harper on the far sideline. He works his way to the left wing. Gets a screen to the right by Martin, and he will calm things down. Flares it out to Dow, right wing. Now into the short corner, right side for Gray, who wants to go to work on Paul. Gray with 16 to shoot, picked up his dribble, lobs it back outside for Neve. 10 to shoot for Oral Roberts, looking for the game's first points. Neve creates space, 15-footer is good. Ofri Neve gets Oral Roberts on the scoreboard, and it's 2-0 Golden Eagles in the mid-range. Neve coming off from 7 points on Saturday, along with 6 rebounds. He was scoreless in the Denver game, but nice to see him get in the scoring column here early. So it's Evans on the other side for KC, straight on. Works his way to the left, a couple of switches defensively. Now they feed it right corner to Booker Laurie, looking for Palma. The inside doesn't have him. They swing it down to the left wing for Petty, under 10 to shoot. Works his way, hands off for Booker Laurie, head of the key. Crosses over right to left. He'll pull up from 17. Was it deflected? He missed it well short. He airballed it out of bounds, and it will go back to Oral Roberts. With Golden Eagle basketball up 2-0. Officials here tonight, Rob Kuhneman, Tim Stewart, Kevin Raher as well. So those are the stripes here tonight. Almost 2 minutes gone here this first half, 2-0 ORU. Harper gets downhill right of the lane, dumps it off for Gray, who lays it in on the left side. Nice find from Ty Harper and the sophomore Luke Gray into the scoring column early. It's a 4-0 start for ORU. Remember, they started off 11-0 on Saturday at Kansas City. Looking for more of the same here tonight. Roos with the basketball. It's Branch, gives it up head of the key for Palm. Palm dribbles right to the wing, fakes a DHO, and now finally gives it up for Evans, deep right wing with 9 to shoot. Evans works his way to the free throw line, steps back in the Summit League logo, had it blocked by Neve. He's got the basketball. Another stop for this Golden Eagle defense. Here comes Harper racing ahead, got bumped a little bit. He's at the head of the key, dumps it off now for Dow, same spot. Gives it up right wing for Harper with 20 to shoot. Harper, a couple of crossovers, steps back for 3, rattles it in. Ty Harper, his first shot goes down, and Showtime off to a good start. And Oral Roberts up 7-0. A carbon copy of what we saw in Kansas City on Saturday. We're seeing it again here in South Dakota. Near corner, it's Booker Laurie. Forces his way back out to the wing, nearly threw it away. Got it back after a deflection by Martin. 13 to shoot for Kansas City. Booker Laurie to the free throw line, skips it right corner. That's Branch with it, being hounded by Neve. Tries to get around him, floats it underneath. It was actually a lob for Palm. It's deflected out of bounds by Dow. And 4.5 left to shoot for Kansas City. It'll be a baseline out of bounds play. Carmelo Branch will inbound it to the left of their basket. Once again, 4.5 on the shot clock. A box set here for Kansas City. Branch has the basketball, gives it short corner for Palm. Up top, wide open 3 for Evans on the way. Rims in and out. Offensive rebound, Booker Lowry had it blocked out of bounds. Neve touched it last, but good defensive recovery there after the offensive board. 18 to shoot now for the Roos. Will do the baseline out of bounds from the right side of the basket this time with Branch inbounding. He's got the ball now. Branch looking, bounces it right corner for Palm. They work it back up top for Evans. Evans between the rings, goes left, feeds it into the left corner for Petty with 10 to shoot, being guarded by Harper. Petty drives inside, lost it at the Summit League logo, and a late whistle on a foul. The foul will go on Ty Harper. His first and the game's first foul. Chase Martin wasn't anywhere near the play. He was raising his hand trying to take the foul off of Ty and give it to him, but to no avail. That was a funny move from Chase. Fresh 20 for Kansas City. Another baseline out of bounds from the left side of the basket. It's Branch with it. Lobs it to the near corner for Jerome Palm. He swings it back up top for Evans. Identical look we saw the first two times. Evans, head of the key, dribbles left to the wing. Gives it up for Palm. Thought about the left corner three. Instead, he'll drive. Palm gets inside the restricted area. Tries to hold his pivot foot and does, and lays it in with the right hand. First points for Kansas City belong to the 6'10" graduate student Jerome Palm, who only had 3 points against ORU on Saturday. To 7-3 Golden Eagle lead. Under 16.5 look play. Harper a pull up in the mid-range, no good. Left it short, and Palm the rebound. Here come the Roos up the near sideline. It's Evans. Angles towards that right wing, now the right side of the lane. He's at the Summit League logo, kicks it out for Palm, and exchange head of the key. That's Petty with it, skips it back over. Booker Laurie tries to drive in on Martin, gets shut off on the right side. Booker Laurie still serving. Finally hands off for Evans in the right corner. He'll bring it back up top with 10 to shoot. Evans one-on-one with Dow. He wants to create. Fades away, and runner up too strong, and the rebound for Gray. ORU with another stop. Next whistle will send us to our first timeout. Harper with the head of steam. Gets downhill, kicks it out right corner for Dow. Puts it on the deck. Dow gets inside, run off the glass, rims home. Got a friendly bounce for Connor Dow, his first two. And ORU back up 7. It's 9-2. Evans hands off on the other side. It's Booker Laurie, top of the key, dribbles left to the wing. Hands off for Palm now. Same spot now. Palm dribbles left to right. Skips it. Right wing three on the way from Petty. Too strong. It died on the back rim. And the rebound for Chase Martin. Here come the Golden Eagles trying to extend the lead before the first media. Out and running. It's Harper inside. He gets fouled. A nice outlet pass from Ofri Neve. And it looks like it'll be 2 shots for Ty Harper when we come back. But a good offensive start for Oral Roberts yet again against Kansas City. 15-13 left to go in this first half. Oral Roberts 9, Kansas City 2. Do not go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle basketball at the Summit League Tournament right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
This is number 5, Connor Down. You're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Looking to score big on your next event? Check out Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills, now partnering with the Ruffin Event Center next door. With 100,000 square feet of event space combined, it's a strong play for gatherings of any size. Visit our website or call 918-493-7000 to book your stay or event today. Marriott Tulsa Southern Hills and Ruffin Event Center, where every stay feels like a championship win. Oral Roberts off to a good start here on the neutral floor. Almost set on the road, but it is game 1 of the Summit League Tournament. It's 9-2. Golden Eagles off to a 4 of 5 start from the field. Ty Harper rattled home a 3. He's got 3 points. Connor Dow with 2. Ofri Neve with 2. Luke Gray with 2. That's how Oral Roberts has started here tonight. Jerome Palm, the only 2 for Kansas City. And a pretty identical start to what we saw out in Kansas City on Saturday. Pretty hot start for Oral Roberts, a pretty slow start for KC, and it's 2 shots for Ty Harper after the break as the personal foul is on Trey Booker-Laurie, his first and the team's first. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. So glad you're making us part of your Wednesday night. Ty Harper on the season, an 85% free throw shooter. He is second in the league in that category, but he misses the first one. He went on a run of 41 consecutive makes through 5 games, and of course that featured the 21 of 21 effort against Denver, which was absolutely absurd. He's got one more at the line here. The graduate student, the left-hander, rattles the second one home. And it's a 10-2 Oral Roberts lead here in the opening minutes. 15-13 left to go in the first half. It'll be C.J. Evans to bring it across for Kansas City. Same 5 out there for ORU. Same 5 out there minus Kashim Grady. He's checked into the ball game for the first time. Petty off the exchange. Gets to the free throw line. Works his way to the Summit League logo. Step through is good on the left side. Fancy move there by Jason Petty. Who's into the scoring column. It's at 10-4. Here's Harper on the other side for Oral Roberts. At the Summit League logo at midcourt. Have to specify that one this time. Goes left wing to right wing. Still looking for some sort of daylight with 19 to shoot. Harper bounces it underneath, deflected away. Martin on the floor to grab it, and it's a tie-up with Evans, and the possession arrow favors Kansas City. So that'll give it back to the Roos, and here comes Cal Furnish and Martin's Killup for the first time tonight for Oral Roberts. Chase Martin will check out, as well as Ofri Neve. So a couple of freshmen off the bench for Oral Roberts. 2 freshmen that have played pretty well here as of late. Talked about Cal Furnish a lot. Martin's Killup's growing with confidence as each day goes by, coming off of 7 points, 5 rebounds against Kansas City on Saturday. Here's Evans bringing it across for the Roos. Goes right around a palm screen, gets double teamed for the moment. Gray follows back to the restricted area. Here's Grady with it. Hands off for Evans right in front of us, left wing. Now left corner for Palm, 12 to shoot. Palm up to the wing. An exchange with Branch. Branch getting hounded by Ty Harper. Gives it up. Petty gets 2 defenders to fly by. Threw it back door. It's deflected a few times, and it will stay with Kansas City out of bounds. He wanted a back door with Petty, but Down got a hand in there. Pinballed around. 2.7 to shoot for Kansas City. Baseline out of bounds, left of the basket. C.J. Evans, the inbounder. Evans has it now. Evans looking. Lobs it for Palm to the free throw line. 2 seconds. He has to fire, and Kansas. Not really his game, but Jerome Palm sinks his second bucket of the night. He's got 4 points, and it is a 4-point game, 10-6. Here's Harper on the other side. ORU's yet to attempt a shot after the media timeout. Dow head of the key after an exchange from Luke Ray. He'll step back left wing. 3 is good. Connor Dow, step back, nothing but nylon from way out there. His first 3, and it's 13-6. Second for ORU. Him and Harper each have 1. It's Evans on the other side between the circles. Gives it up left wing for Paul, who dribbles left. Paul spins around, surveying, being hounded by Gray. Nowhere to go with it. Long skip pass to the opposite corner. Petty nearly lost it into the ORU bench, but he saves it inbounds for Evans. 9 to shoot. Evans back to Petty in that right corner. Wants to back his way in on Furnish. He's at the block. Petty getting hounded. Skips ahead of the key for Grady, who didn't catch it cleanly. Has to fire. Missed everything out of bounds, and a shot clock violation. Great defensive possession there for Oral Roberts. We mentioned the defensive improvements over the last 5. 5 points per game allowed less than their season average over the last 5 games, and you see why right there. Golden Eagle basketball up 13-6 as we approach 13 minutes left to go in the opening half. Cal Furnish brings it across the timeline. He's at the right wing. Now Yuto Yamanuchi-Williams with it for the first time into the ball game. Gives it right back to Furnish, who gets around to Harper's screen. Furnish thought about the pull-up, skips it weak side for Dow, who gives it up to Harper, head of the key, 12 to shoot. Harper drives right to the lane, gets inside, fights contact. Wild take, no good, but a late whistle and a foul. That'll go on to Darren Scott, who's in for the first time for Kansas City, his first team second. KC bench doesn't like it, but Ty Harper will go back to the free throw line for his 3rd and 4th attempts. He's got 4 points, 1 assist. He split a pair earlier. Harper spins it back into the left hand. Free throw on the way. It's good. Connor Dow checks out. Ofri Neve checks in for ORU. Down after that big-time 3. Tied for the team lead with 5 points, but Harper a chance for a 6th right here. Bends the knees, flicks it up with the left hand, and it goes down. Ty Harper off and running early, leads the team with 6 points. 3 of 4 from the stripe. And ORU with their largest lead at 9. 15-6. 12:42 left to go in the first half. Evans head of the key, finds Scott rolling. He missed the dunk, though. Ofri DeVay with a challenge. Here comes Furnish off and running. Gives it up. Harper transition 3. Too strong on the back rim. And the rebound tapped around. Killips comes up with it, keeps it alive, a fresh 20. Now here's Furnish in the right corner. Splits a double team. Furnish, no look underneath. Yamanuchi Williams reverse. Nowhere close. And here comes Kansas City on the run. Evans across half court. Gives it near wing. Branch catch and shoot 3. Too strong. Missed it badly there. And here comes Furnish off and running. They have numbers if they hurry. Furnish dumps it off the DeVay. Gets inside. Right-handed layup. No good. Rebound being battled for. Here comes Evans and the Roos on the other side. A 2-on-2. Evans into the paint of the Summit League logo. Tried to step through Killips. Ran right into him. And he missed the shot. And DeVay with the rebound. And ORU will look to push again. Back and forth we go. Harper, stutter step in the open floor. Gets around Scott. Wild layup. No good. Back tap is good from Yuto Yamanuchi Williams on the second try. His first 2. Right place, right time for Yuto Yamanuchi Williams. It's 17-6. Here's Grady on the other end for KC. Gives it up for Carmelo Branch between the circles. 18 to shoot. Works his way left. Now at the free throw line, it's Scott. Nearly lost it, but gets it right back. Kicks it left corner. Petty catch and shoot 3. Too strong. Long rebound. Picked up by the Roos. It's Scott. He'll throw it up with the right hand. He missed it. Rebound loose on the deck. Furnish battling for it. He tips it over to Killips. Here comes ORU. They got a 5-on-4 if they hurry. Harper in transition 3 off the front of the rim. And the rebound ripped down by Kasheem Grady. He'll bring it across. Outlet pass up near side now for Jason Petty. Works his way into the paint. Throws it up with the left hand. No good. A lot of contact. Offensive rebound for Scott. He'll float it back up and through with the left hand. So the board's starting to play a factor here for Kansas City. They looked much better on the glass, although ORU is still doubling them up essentially, 12-7. It is 17-8, ORU in front, under 11 to play here in this first half. Harper at the left elbow, kicks it up top for Yamanuchi Williams. Hands off, Furnish will let it fly from 3, too strong. Offensive rebound with one hand, but a foul is called on Martins Killips on the rebound. That'll be his first and the team's second, and that'll send us to our second timeout of the ball game. Oral Roberts hanging on by 9. 10:40 left to go in the opening half here from the Summit League Tournament. It's the Golden Eagles 17 and the Roos 8. We'll be back in a moment. This is Golden Eagle basketball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Family owned and operated since 1969. The Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at donthorntonauto.com.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Adventure, comfort, safety. The Acura MDX has it all. Perfect for family trips or weekend getaways. The Acura MDX keeps you connected, comfortable, and confident on every road. Drive one today at Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, where luxury meets peace of mind. The MDX, your journey elevated.
What's going on? This is Luke Gray. You're listening to ORU Basketball on the ORU Sports Network.
In Tulsa, when you think Chevy, you automatically think Jim Norton Chevy in Broken Arrow, because Jim Norton Chevy offers lifetime warranties on every new Chevy. Jim Norton Chevy gives you 100% transparency and 100% full disclosure 100% of the time. Visit JimNortonChevy.com or come see them. Exit 145 off the BA. 10:40 left to go here in the opening half. Round 1 of the Summit League Tournament. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Golden Eagles in front, 17-8 over Kansas City. As Oral Roberts looking to make it 4 in a row. However, their hot start has since abandoned them. They're just one of their last 7 from the field. Kansas City, though, has stayed pretty much the same. They're just one of their last 8 from the field. The Roos 4 of 17 from the field, 0 of 5 from downtown. ORU 6 of 13 from the floor, 2 of 5 from downtown. ORU winning the rebounding battle right now, 12-7. And fouls are even at 2 apiece. It's been a physical game, but overall a clean one. And here comes C.J. Evans to bring it across, as we've still got music playing while the game is going on. Let's see how long they let this go on for. Now the music stops, and Evans facing a zone from Oral Roberts for the first time here today. In for the first time, Chris Dockery as well for the Roos, 10 to shoot. Evans, now Grady gives it back over to Evans. Wild taking the lane, that one off the back rim. He did not have his feet planted, and then Ofri Neve throws it right back. Wanted Furnish in transition, but he threw it too tall for Furnish, and it's out of bounds. Careless turnover there for the Golden Eagles. So Evans and company will have another shot at it. He works one-on-one with Furnish. ORU falling back into a man-to-man defense now. Saw this on Saturday, too. They switch it for possession. Evans to the Summit League logo. Spinning around. Now he dumps it off for Branch. Branch, a pocket pass underneath. That's Dockery. Fights the contact. Throws it off the glass. No good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. That one's off of Babakar Mbang, who's in for the first time. And it's back to Oral Roberts. 9:50 left to go in this first half. ORU up 9, 17-8. Opening round of the Summit League tournament, the 8-9 game. These two teams met in this very game last season. It was Kansas City victorious. This time ORU trying to avenge that loss, but obviously a much different group on both sides. Luke Gray with it top of the key. Now Kansas City falling into his zone. Dow around a screen, kicks it right corner, catch and shoot. Killips, 3-ball, good. Martins Killips, his first of the ball game, third for the Golden Eagles, and they lead by 12. It's 20-8. Here's Kasheem Grady, kicks it left corner. Now the drive, Branch, he'll pull it back out, lost it, and Dow takes it away. Connor Dow looking for help, gives it up for Furnish right in front of us. We'll bring it across. Furnish now left wing for Neve. Thought about the step in three. Left corner try. Killips this time left it short. And the rebound and a foul on Furnish. Got too much of Dockery who flew in. That's going to be the first on Cal Furnish. Team foul number 3 for ORU, and we see Chase Martin check back in. Killips will check out after hitting the 3 moments ago. Ty Harper's also going to check back in late for Furnish. So 2 new Golden Eagles in. In for the first time, we get our first look at Jamaria Clark, who did not play in the last game. Played 2 games ago against South Dakota State, had 1 steal, and that was it in very limited minutes. We did see him at the Baby Center. He's got the basketball right now, works his way to the left wing, fights a double team, now gives it in between the rings for Jason Petty, swings it right wing, now into the corner. That's Mbang with it, 15 to shoot. Underneath now Dockery, right side of the lane, skips it nearly through it to us. Booker Laurie with it now, and he throws it away. Harper with a steal in the open floor. Look out, and he missed the dunk on the way up, but he gets fouled. In the process, it's going to be on Jamaria Clark. ORU wants a clear path foul. And it looks like they may go look at this as Harper comes up a little bit gimpy. He wanted to throw that down with the left hand, and it was definitely contact on the way up. So we will see what happens here. We were bracing ourselves for another Showtime Ty Harper moment.
Previous play is under review for potential flagrant foul.
We see hear the announcement there. So we will see what comes of this review. First review of the night. Once again, our ref crew here tonight, Rob Kuhneman, Tim Stewart, and Kevin Raher on the case. And ORU up 20-8. Martins Killips, the last person to score with a catch and shoot 3 in the right corner. Ty Harper leads all scorers with 6 points. Up to kind of a rough start for the field, though. 1 of 5 for him, but he's 3 of 4 from the stripe. He's knocked down a 3. Connor Dow with 5 points, Ofri Neve with 2, and Yudo Yamanuchi Williams with 2. On the other side, pretty sparse. Jerome Palm with 4, Aaron Scott with 2, and Jason Petty with 2. But it has been a lackluster start for Kansas City on the offensive end. They're just 4 of 19. ORU 7 of 15 for the field. They've hit 3 of 7 attempts from beyond the yard. The Stripes are done with the monitor, and we get our announcement.
After review, it was deemed that it was a non-basketball play. Flagrant 1 foul will be administered to Kansas City. Oral Roberts will shoot 2 free throws get the ball out of bounds on the baseline with 28 seconds on the shot clock.
And there you have it. So it is a flagrant 1 foul. And that will go on Clark. So his first flagrant. That's a big call, too. So 2 shots for Harper, and then ORU will get the ball as well. A chance to really try and blow things open in this first half. So Ty Harper back to the line, an 85% free throw shooter. He's made 3 of 4 attempts here tonight. Deep breath for the graduate student. Free throw on the way, missed it short. Can be a little eerie when you're out there all alone. Everybody else is at half court. Second free throw on the way is good. And it'll be ORU basketball. That makes it a 13-point game, largest lead for ORU here tonight, 21-8, with 8:44 left to go in this first half. Harper to inbound on the baseline. He's got the basketball now. Harper lobs it ahead of the key for Gray, who makes a leaping grab. Hands it right back off to Harper. Harper skips it back outside. Dow was open. He got the ball too late. Now he'll drive inside, fights the contact. Layup up, no good. But he will go to the line for 2. Another foul on Kansas City. It looks like that one will go on Trey Booker-Laurie. That is his second personal. Team's 4th. Connor Dow with the free throw line. First one on the way for the Broken Arrow native is nothing but net. Another 85% free throw shooter on this team. He's averaging 14 a game over his last 7, and he's had 11 double-figure games in Summit League play. He's got 6 points right now, so well on his way to that mark. Second free throw on the way, too strong, and the rebound for Jerome Paul. ORU's missed 3 free throws this far. They're 5 of 8 as a team. Here's Dockery, weak side block, and he gets fouled on the way up by Gray as he was all alone for a second. Defense was late rotating over, so Gray picks up his first. Team foul number 4. So Chris Dockery to the free throw line, the redshirt junior out of Los Angeles, California, only had 1 point against Oral Roberts on Saturdays. The team's leading rebounder, 59% free throw shooter, and he knocks home the first. Kasheem Grady back in for Kansas City as Booker-Laurie takes a seat. Dockery transferred from Independence Community College last year after starting his career at Weber State. Second free throw rattles home. He knocks down a pair to make it 22-10. ORU in front by 12. 8:28 left to go in the first half. Neve inbounding against some full court pressure. Gets it in near corner for Harper, working one-on-one with C.J. Evans. And Harper will bring it across rather calmly. Changes speeds. He gets across the timeline. Harper works his way around a Dockery double team. Bounces it underneath Neve with a hesitation. Kicks it out for Martin. Now an exchange with Dow. Neve with it right wing. 13 to shoot. Neve looking for Gray inside on a mismatch with Evans. Gray spins to the right hand. Left it short. Rebound by Chase Martin. He kicks it back outside. Harper thought about the logo 3. Now Dow a left wing 3. Too strong. Another rebound nearly grabbed by Martin. It was in and out of his hands. And now here comes Kansas City. Kasheem Grady up the far sideline with it. Gives it Dockery between the rings. Looks left and hands off for Evans. 20 to shoot. 7:46 left to go in the first half. Next whistle will send us to a timeout. Dockery swings it left wing into the corner. Now here's Jerome Paul. Works his way right through a double team. Dow and Gray not on the same page defensively. They both fell for the ball fake. And Paul found himself wide open underneath. He's got 6. 22-12, ORU in front. Harper works his way left to right, being guarded by Evans. Harper at the wing, now in between the rings. Harper backs his way out, now gives it up for Gray. Thought about it, 12 to shoot. Now right corner for Neve. Loses his defender for the moment. He's in the short corner. Backs his way in on Evans with 7. Neve got it stripped by Evans. Here comes Kansas City yet again. Evans across the timeline. Rides Neve. Now gives it left corner for Grady. He'll kick it back up top. Dockery swings it over for Petty. Petty with a crossover. Rips his way through to the free throw line. Runner up, no good. Rebound ripped down by Ofri Neve through contact. Nicely done from Ofri. And Harper will slow it down. Under 7 minutes to play here in this first half. Harper across the timeline, and that's going to be a blocking foul. Kasheem Grady called for the foul. That's his first. He can't believe it. 15th foul on Kansas City, and that'll send us to our third timeout of this first half. Both offenses trying to find their groove. Kansas City 2 of their last 12. ORU no field goals in the last 3 minutes but they still lead it by 10. It's the Golden Eagles 22 and the Roos 12. This is Golden Eagle basketball at the Summit League Tournament. Don't go anywhere. This is the ORU Sports Network.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit. This is number 1, Ty Harper, and you're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Golden Eagles in front by 10, 22-12 on top of the Kansas City Roos. 6:47 left to go in this first half. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Ty Harper leading all scorers with 7 points. Connor Dow right behind him with 6, and Killips with 3. On the other side, Jerome Palm having a nice start. 3 of 3 from the field. He's got 6 points, and then everybody else who has scored for Kansas City has 2. Jason Petty, Chris Dockery, and Adarin Scott. ORU on the glass, winning the battle 16-10, 13-7 defensively, tied at 3 offensively. Second chance points, 4-2 in favor of Kansas City. Bench points, 5-4 in favor of ORU. Points in the paint, 8-6 in favor of KC. So Oral Roberts with the basketball after the Kashim Grady foul. It was a blocking foul against Ty Harper. Both offenses have kind of hit a stalemate. ORU, no field goals in the last 2:45. Kansas City just 2 of their last 12. As Harper inbounds it to Gray, hands it right back off to Harper in the right corner. Harper will step back for 3. He's got it! Ty Harper, his second 3-ball. And he's into double figures here in this first half with 10. Stretches the lead out to 13, ties the largest lead of this first half for Oral Roberts. Evans gives it up. Dockery works his way left. Now for Grady. 17 to shoot. Palm's got it in the left wing. Works his way around a couple of screens. Goes right of the lane now. Skips it into the near corner for Petty. Dow all over him. Now back to the left block for Palm. Fights a double team. Skips it right corner. Nearly threw it out of bounds. It's saved to Grady with 2 seconds. Grady fires to Palm. Forced to launch the 3. Airballs everything. And a shot clock violation, the second one of this first half. Palm not a three-point shooter, just 23% from out there. He's made 5 of them overall this season. ORU with a chance to grab their largest lead as we approach 6 minutes. 25-12, ORU in front. Harper with it at midcourt. Goes in between the legs a few times. Now works his way left to the wing. Harper at the elbow. Gives it back outside for Dow. Reverses it over to Neve on the right wing. Back to the head of the key for Harper with 10 to shoot. Harper looking for a screen from Gray. He rejects it. He'll step back. He'll launch the right wing 3. Back-to-back threes for Ty Harper. Number 1's got it going here in the first half of the Summit League Tournament. He's got 13. 16-point lead for ORU, 28-12. Here's Petty with it left wing. Pass deflected on the way in for Palm. Here comes Harper with a steal. Bounces it Neve, trying to beat everybody down the floor, and he gets blocked, but fouled at the same time as he was going up for the two-handed slam, and a chance for 2 at the line for Ofri Neve. Foul is on Jason Petty, his first. Team foul number 6 for Kansas City, so next one will send ORU into the bonus with 5:24 left. Killips and Yamanuchi Williams to the scores table for ORU as Neve bends the knees, puts up the free throw, and it rims home. Neve is 67% free throw shooter. On the other side for Kansas City, it is Scott and Branch back in. Gray takes a seat for ORU. Killips will sub in for Neve, the shooter, after this one if he makes it. 29-12, ORU in front. Bend to the knees for Neve. Puts up the second one. He's got it. And Neve will check out. Killips back in. So 30-12, ORU in front. Largest lead here in this first half. They're on an 8-0 run over the last minute and 17. Here's Evans. Goes right. Hands off for Branch. Now near side. Petty on the wing. Petty gets a screen to the right by Scott. Uses it to the head of the key. 16 to shoot. Petty still looking for help. Finally finds Dockery. He's at midcourt with 10. Dockery works his way right. Now gives it up Evans. Fumbled it initially. He's got 7 to shoot. Evans right wing. Thought about the step back. Now works his way to the Summit League logo. Fancy step through, but he airballed it short. And the rebound tapped to Dow in the corner. Dow nearly had it taken away by Evans. Forced to save it in bounds for Harper. 5 to get it across, and Harper will race it across the timeline. He's into the paint now. Harper tried to dump it off for Yamanuchi Williams, and he ends up giving it away. It's knocked out of bounds off of Yamanuchi Williams. Kind of a chaotic, out-of-control sequence for either side there. And gives it back to Kansas City. 4:42 left to go in the opening half. ORU up 18 if you're just joining us. Oral Roberts up 30-12. 8-9 game here in the Summit League tournament. C.J. Evans for the Roos brings it across. Goes right against Martin. Picks up his dribble deep within the arc. Finds Branch cutting to the right short corner. He reverses it back out to the head of the key for Evans. 14 to shoot. Evans looking for something. Finds Dockery straight on 3. Rattles out, and the rebound Yamanuchi Williams. He bounces it near side for Harper, who's on the run. Harper at the right wing now against Evans. He's isolated on that side of the floor. Harper gets inside, lost it, wanted to foul, didn't get it. We'll give it back outside. Yamanuchi Williams wants to go to work. Had a shot rejected on the way in. Stays in bounds somehow. Yamanuchi Williams fighting for it. Lobs it back into play. Chaotic sequence. Catch and shoot. Killips 3. Rattles in. From nothing to 3 for Martins Killips in the left corner. My goodness, did that work out for ORU. And they're up 21. It's 33-12. Second 3 for Killips. Here's Evans with Slithers his way inside. Missed the floater. Another rebound for Yamanuchi Williams as Kansas City remains stone cold from the field. Just 5 of 24. Harper lobs it, far corner. This time it's Killips driving inside. Had it stripped by Scott, caught underneath. Kicks it out. Dow, wide open 3. Knocks it through. Connor Dow, another one goes down for ORU. They've hit 7 of them, and they've got their largest lead at 24. Timeout, Kansas City. All Golden Eagles here in this first half. They lead it 36-12 with 3:28 left to go in the opening half. A 14-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 13 seconds. We'll take the timeout with them. For the Golden Eagles, looking like anything but the number 8 seed in the Summit right now. Stick with us. This is the ORU Sports Network.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Welcome to Lamar Outdoor Advertising, the largest outdoor advertising company in the U.S. and one of the most successful operators in the outdoor advertising industry. We offer advertising in 2/3 of the top 50 markets in the country, as well as over 100 years of experience to help you make the most of this valuable marketing tool. Please visit our website, www.lamar.com, to learn more about our award-winning team and services. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, too. Let us know how we can best assist you when we return to the line.
This is number 9, Ofer Nave, and you're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Jim Norton Toyota is where T-Town gets Toyota. Why? Jim Norton Toyota always has a huge selection of new Toyotas. Jim Norton Toyota has lifetime warranties on every new Toyota, and you get it all, plus a huge Jim Norton Toyota discount. Come see him at Jim Norton Toyota, 9809 South Memorial, where T-Town gets Toyota. All Oral Roberts all the time here this first half. They've opened up their largest lead of the ball game at 24. The Golden Eagles 36, Kansas City 12 with 3:28 left to go in the opening half. ORU on a 14-2 run over the last 3 minutes at 13 seconds. They've hit 4 of their last 5 shots. Ty Harper up to 13 points. Connor Dow knocks down his second 3, as well as Martin's Killups. They've hit 7 of 12 from beyond the arc. They're 11 of 22 from the field. On the other side, anything but for Kansas City. Just 5 of 24 from the field and 0 of 6 from downtown. As it's Kansas City basketball out of the break. Evans will bring it across. He lets it roll across the timeline. Finally picks it up. And ORU back into that zone defense out of the timeout. Petty near corner, drives left baseline, hop step inside. Got it, blocked by Gray. Outside over to Branch. They re-corral with 19 on the shot clock. Evans skips it from left corner to right corner. Catch and shoot Petty, 3 on the way. Good. Finally, one goes down for the Roos. Just their first on 7 attempts. That makes it a 21-point game, 36-15. Here's Martin across the timeline, far sideline, wearing the number 12 here tonight with no name on the back of his jersey. In exchange with Dow, head of the key. Now Gray swings it left corner for Martin. Skips it right corner. That's Killups. He's open for another 3. Airball at that time, though, well off the mark. Palm with the contest. All 6'10" of them out and running. Now here's Petty. Left corner. He'll sidestep. He'll launch another 3. That one rims out. And the offensive rebound for Scott. Scott twisting and turning. Gives it up right corner. That's Branch. And he'll settle down with Dow on him with 14 to shoot. Brings it back up top. Flares it for Evans. Left wing with 8 to shoot. Evans gets Martin in the air. Now drives inside the paint. Throws him a wild shot. No good, but he gets fouled in the process. So 2 shots coming up for C.J. Evans. So the foul will go on Cal Furnish. That is Furnish's second. Team foul number 5 for Oral Roberts. And here's C.J. Evans at the line, a 71% free throw shooter, transfer out of Ranger College. At 11-4 against ORU on Saturday. Bend to the knees, and the free throw is short. Been playing well as of late. Had 20 points and 6 assists against South Dakota State 2 games ago. But tonight, he is 0 of 7 from the field and scoreless. Chance to change that. Trio of dribbles for him. Flings it up with the right hand, and he does. First point of the game for C.J. Evans. He checks out for Kasheem Grady. It's back to a 20-point game. ORU 36, Kansas City 16. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Game 1 of the Summit League Tournament, the 8-9 game, and it's all Golden Eagles thus far. Trying to set up a matchup with the number 1 overall seed, North Dakota State, tomorrow night. Neve with it right wing, gives it up Killups, right corner 3. He'll try it. He's got it. Third 3 of the ball game for Martin's Killups. He's up to 9 points, which ties his career high. Now Kasheem Grady, top of the key for Kansas City, retreats out to the right wing. 39-16 lead for ORU. Scott, hands off. That's Branch with it. Drives right of the lane. Branch shut off. Kicks it back outside. Scott right back to Branch, who will fire it straight on. No good. And the rebound to Gray through 2 Roos. He somehow tracked that thing down to the baseline. And Harper will bring it across as we approach 90 seconds left in this first half. Harper, head of the key. Harper, he'll step back for 3. It's on the way. It's good. Number 9 of this first half for ORU. And they are scorching from outside. It's 42-16. It's Harper's third 3. Here's Grady on the other side. Shuffles it, baseline cut. Petty lays it in off the glass. Nice find there from Kasheem Grady. The Harper will bring it across. We approach 60 seconds. Harper dribbles right. It's caught underneath the basket. Reverse layup up and good with the left hand. My goodness, that was nasty from Ty Harper. He gives it a shrug down the other end of the court. He's up to 18 here in this first half. 44-18 ORU with 45 ticks left to go in the opening half. Gray tips the entry pass away from Palm, but they re-corral with Scott. Now Grady runs into a double team, looking for space. Gives it back up top. Scott now for Branch. Right wing, 11 to shoot. Branch looking for help. Gives it up for Palm. He'll shoot a left wing 3. That one no good. And the rebound for Killups. Shot clock is off for ORU. They'll hold for the final shot as Neve brings it across. And he'll call a timeout. So ORU will draw something up here with 21.5 seconds left to go. Here in this first half, it'll be a 30-second timeout. My goodness, the three-point shooting tonight for ORU has been something to marvel at. 9 of 15 from beyond the arc. ORU has hit 10 or more threes 12 times this year. They've done it twice in their last 4 games. And they're nearly going to do it here in this first half. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they made 8 field goals in the first half against ORU on Saturday. They made 7 of them so far in this first half. They're 7 of 30, 1 of 10 from downtown, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. ORU 53% from the field, as we just mentioned, 9 of 15 from beyond the arc, 7 of 10 from the free throw line. And they're led by Ty Harper's 18 first half points. Martin Skillips ties his career high with 9. Connor Dow also with 9. But man, this has been a fun first half. So DeVay will inbound it just off to the left of Marvin Menzies. Gets it into Harper at half court, who's being hounded by Kashin Grady. 17 seconds left to play here in this first half. Harper between the circles. Everybody still hanging out with 12 seconds. Harper loses it into the backcourt with 10. He calmly goes to get it, and now he'll pick it up, and it'll be an over and back. He actually just lost it with 7.2. So it'll be Kansas City basketball with 7.2. Gray checks out. Yamanuchi Williams checks in. And Chase Martin will also check back in, and Ty Harper will go to the bench. This Carmelo Branch will inbound it right in front of us. 7.2 for the Roos. Branch has it. Branch looking, finds Palm at the left elbow. Palm with 5, gives it back outside. Here's Grady, left wing 3 on the way through contact, drops it in, and that'll do it for the first 20 minutes of basketball here in the 8-9 game of the Summer League tournament. But all Oral Roberts into the locker room. They've got a 23-point lead. It's the Golden Eagles 44 and the Roos of Kansas City 21. We'll recap it all for you at the break. The Don Thornton Automotive Group halftime report comes your way next. We'll also get you caught up in the world of college basketball, the top 25 scoreboard. So stick with us. ORU 44, Kansas City 21 at the break here in the Summer League tournament. This is Golden Eagle basketball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
Time for a break in the action. Let's recap the first 20 minutes and catch you up with all things college hoops on the Golden Eagle Halftime Report. Here's play-by-play voice, Connor Clark.
Back here for the Denny Sanford Premier Center at the break. All Oral Roberts here in the first game of the Summit League Tournament. The Golden Eagles leading at 44-21 over Kansas City. Connor Clark here with you on the Don Thornton Automotive Group Halftime Report. So glad to have you with us here on this Wednesday night here in the state of South Dakota. And, well, folks, Ty Harper is back at it yet again. And really nobody's surprised. He's got 18 first-half points. He started 1 of 5 from the field. He's now 5 of 9 from the field. He's 4 of 6 from downtown and 4 of 6 from the charity stripe, leading everybody in scoring. Connor Dow and Martins Killips, each with 9 points. Killips tying his career high in that first half. He's got 3 threes on 5 attempts. Really good night for the freshman out of Latvia thus far. On the other side, it's Jason Petty leading the Roos with 7 points, and Jerome Palm right on his heels with 6. He's only missed once for the field, and that was a 3 that he was forced to take at the shot clock buzzer. But it has been a rough day from the field for Kansas City. They hit 8 field goals in the first half on Saturday. They do that again here today. 8 of 31 for the field, which is good enough for 25.8%. 2 of 11 from downtown, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Oral Roberts, 14 of 26 from the field, which is good enough for 54%. 9 of 15 from beyond the arc, 60%. They have been just shooting the lights out from beyond the arc. 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Other team stats here tonight. Oral Roberts winning the rebounding battle 22-13, 18-8 defensively, and Kansas City actually winning the offensive glass 5-4. Second chance points, Kansas City with an 8-5 edge. And Oral Roberts with 11-7 advantage on bench points. Points in the paint, KC leads at 10-8. Fast break points, ORU leads that 4-0. ORU with 2 blocks to Kansas City's 1. Kansas City with 4 steals to ORU's 2. And assists, ORU leads that 5-3. Well, the time tied in this ballgame has been 1 minute and 1 second. Other than that, Oral Roberts has led it for the other 18:59. As I said, all Golden Eagles all the time in this one. They jumped off to a 7-0 start here tonight, following up an 11-0 start on Saturday, and they have really just taken off ever since. So, once again, Ty Harper leading all scorers with 18. He's got 4 threes, 4 of the 9 for Oral Roberts, and they have just been shooting the lights out as of late. We mentioned in the pregame show they're about 5 points per game above their season average, and they are about 5% above their season average as well from the field, and nearly 3.5% above their season average from 3 over the last 5 games as well, and that is showing up big time right now. So once again, the halftime score, Oral Roberts 44 and Kansas City 21, as the Golden Eagles looking for the 3-game sweep of the Kansas City Roos this season, and they're looking for a third matchup with the number 1 overall seed in the Summit, the North Dakota State Bison. That would be tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, but we still got a whole nother half to play before we start talking about that matchup during the post game. Let's get you caught up on the top 25 scoreboard, because there are no other Summit League games to update you on. We are the only one in action right now on the men's side. Games that have gone final, well, there are none so far. So there are plenty of games in action right now in the top 25. Texas visiting number 20 Arkansas, and just a super high-scoring game in Fayetteville. The number 20th ranked Razorbacks up 98-82 over Texas with 2.5 minutes left to go in that one. Number 22, Miami on the road visiting a pretty good SMU team in the ACC, but the Hurricanes winning that one 68-60 with 2 minutes left in that one. At the half out of the A-10, number 25, St. Louis hosting Loyola Chicago, and the Billikens with a 40-32 lead at the break there. And then senior night from Evanston, Northwestern hosting number 15, Purdue, and the Cats with an early 10-point lead, 19-9, with 9 minutes left to go in that first half, trying to send their seniors out on a high note against a pretty good Purdue team. One game that is up and coming, and then it'll tip off in just a matter of mere moments. It's number 7, Houston hosting Baylor out of the Big 12. Tip-off from Houston at 8 o'clock. That is all we've got here in the Summit League and Top 25 scoreboard tonight. Let's get an outlook at what the Summit League bracket looks like tomorrow. Why don't we? Of course, the winner of this game will go on to face North Dakota State, and then the nightcap on the men's side, it's South Dakota State, the 7 seed, facing the 2 seed, St. Thomas. Tip-off at approximately 8:30 tomorrow. And then on Friday, 2 more games on the men's side. It'll be Omaha, the 5 seed, against the 4 seed South Dakota at 6 o'clock. And then at 8:30, the 6 seed Denver against the 3 seed North Dakota. And it should be a good crowd for both of those games here tomorrow. Don't forget, the ORU women are also in action at noon on Friday as they take on St. Thomas for the second consecutive time in the 4-5 game. Oral Roberts, the women, a winning season under first-year head coach Sophie Anderson at 15-14, and they hold the 4 seed in the Summit League tournament in her inaugural season as the head coach. So once again, we'll have wire-to-wire coverage of that game on Friday as well for you right here on the ORU Sports Network, just as we are doing the men's games. So once again, at the break, Oral Roberts with a 23-point advantage, 44-21 over the Kansas City Roos. We'll take one more quick break, and then on the other side, we'll bring you the second 20 minutes. This has been the Don Thornton Automotive Group Halftime Report. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle basketball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC. Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
Second half is upon us here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Oral Roberts with a 44-21 advantage over the 9th seed in Kansas City here in the 8-9 play-in game. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and it has been the 3-ball for Oral Roberts in that first half. 9 of 15 from beyond the arc, 9 of their 14 made field goals from outside. It has been an absolute clinic. Ty Harper leads all scorers with 18 points to really nobody's surprise. He has 4 threes to go along with that. Martin Skillips with 3 first-half threes. He ties his career high of 9 in the opening 20 minutes. And Connor Dow also with 9 points. On the other side, it's Jason Petty with 7 points for the Roos. And Jerome Palm with 6 points, 3 rebounds for Kansas City. It'll be ORU basketball after halftime. Both teams switch sides. ORU going right to left in those white uniforms. Kansas City going left to right in those navy uniforms. There's 20 minutes stands between ORU and another game here in Sioux Falls as Harper locks it into the backcourt for Ofri Neve. And we are off and running here in the second 20 minutes. Neve head of the key, looking for something, gives it up for Gray now. In between the circles, Gray surveys, works his way right, takes the handoff for Harper, now lobs it back out to him with 15 to shoot. Harper goes left, trying to get left of the lane, steps back at the elbow, tough jumper off the front of the rim. Back tap finds the arms of Jerome Paul. And ORU comes up empty on their first trip of the second half. Here's Branch. Hands it off for Evans, who will set up the offense in between the circles. Evans goes right in the wing, being guarded by Martin. Evans still with a dribble. Feeds it underneath for Palm on a rope, and Palm lost it. Dow took it right from him, and he's got another steal. Both teams come up empty on the Pats' opening possession. Harper across the timeline, speeds up, goes right, flares it out for Dow. Left wing, thought about the 3. Steps back, gives it up for Gray. Right back to Dow in an exchange. Dow, in and out dribble, finds himself free to the basket, throws it down. How about that move from Connor Dow, all alone, and he beats Palm to the punch for 2 hands. Emphatic way to start the second half of play. ORU up 25, 46-21. Here's Booker Laurie driving inside left of the lane. He gets bumped to the ground. A foul is called on Chase Martin. First on Martin, first on the team in this half. Carmelo Branch to inbound to the baseline. Branch finds Evans curling at the elbow, and he floats it in. Probably the easiest two that Kansas City's gotten all night long. A long inbounds pass to Dow, who brings it across. He'll dump it off for Harper to set up the offense between the circles. About 90 seconds gone here in the second half. Harper flings it back out of the key for Gray. Gray directs traffic, looking for Dow. He's got him. Dow wants to get downhill again. Now he'll step back. Thought about the three. Now he'll cut to the basket after passing it to Neve, right side. Neve right back to Dow. Thought about the right wing three with 5. Dow gives it up for Harper. 3 to shoot. Harper head of the key against Booker Laurie. He'll throw up a 3. No good off the iron. And an offensive rebound for Martin. He kicks it out. Gray catch and shoot. Rims in and out. And a foul on the rebound will go on Jason Petty. A hustle there from Chase Martin. He's fired up after that. A couple of extra possessions created by the temporary number 12 in Chase Martin. Jason Petty subs out. Kasheem Grady in for Kansas City. Ty Harper to inbound on the baseline left of his basket. Harper lobs it left wing for Gray. Gives it up for Neve at the same spot. Neve finds Dow and an offensive foul and an illegal screen. Guilty party is Luke Gray, his second. He foul number 2 on Oral Roberts here in the second half as Booker Laurie will inbound it. A couple of bounces. Now Evans retreats and he'll bring it across straight on. Just over 2 minutes gone here in the second half. ORU up by 23. It's 46-23. Doubling up the Roos right now. Evans, a hop step inside. Fancy spin move off the glass, but no good. Palm with the offensive rebound. He'll bounce it back outside, taken away by Harper. It's a 2-on-1. Harper on the run, lays it up and in with a left hand. Right over the top of Carmelo Branch. He wanted the foul too, but Ty Harper with 20 points. Back to a 25-point advantage. Ties the largest lead of the game for ORU. Here's Booker Laurie. Step back 3 on the way. Got it. Trey Booker Laurie with his first points on his 3rd attempt. Just the second 3 of the ball game. Rather 3rd for Kansas City. The Harper left wing, and that's going to be, I believe, a technical foul on Ty Harper. And it is. So that's his second personal, but Harper picks him a tech. Harper's been barking at the stripes here. So Kasheem Grady with the technical free throw. First one is good. So we've seen a flagrant on Jamaria Clark of the Roos, now a tech on Ty Harper. Grady's free throw cuts the lead down to 20. It's 48-28 with 17:08 left to go in the game. It'll remain Golden Eagle basketball, as ORU will inbound it just off to our right. Harper sits down, and won't be surprised if he sits down for a little while. Cal Furtish in. For Neve to inbound it now right in front of us. He switches spots with Martin. Neve's got the basketball, gets it in for Gray, head of the key. Looking for Dow. Gray doesn't have him. Gray still looking for help, finds Furnish at midcourt. 6 to shoot for the Golden Eagles. Do they realize it? Furnish goes around the screen, kicks it out. Gray, they got to put it up. He'll fire the screen on 3. He's got it. Luke Gray right before the shot clock horn. It's pure. He's back into the scoring column. Luke Gray with 7 points on his first 3. Now here's Branch putting a double team. He's at the head of the key with 19. Branch working one-on-one with Gray. Gives it up for Evans left wing, and he nearly throws it away, and he does. Neve saves it right to Gray. Slam time in the open floor. 5 straight for Luke Gray. That one created by Ofri Neve on the steal. And ORU up 53-28. Zone defense now for Oral Roberts on the other side. Evans gives it up for Booker Laurie left wing. Now right back to the right wing for Evans. He's at the head of the key, skips it left corner. That's Carmelo Branch. He'll step outside. 11 to shoot for Evans, head of the key. Evans looking for something, trying to bounce it in between 2 defenders, and it's going to be a kick ball. Jamaria Clark checks back in for Kansas City. CJ Evans takes a seat. We're also going to see Chris Dockery come off the bench for Kansas City. He'll take over for Booker Laurie. The baseline out of bounds for Branch up to the right of his basket. Branch looking, still looking, finally bounces it in for Kasheem Grady with 18 to shoot, right short corner. He'll retreat out to the wing. And now Clark head of the key, one-on-one with Cal Furnish. Goes to the right wing and hands off for Grady. Kasheem Grady step back straight on three, too strong, and the rebound for Ofri Neve. Neve has been active on the boards. He's got 5 of them. Dow transition three, pure. Rattles it home from the left wing. Connor Dow, his third 3 ball, and he's got 14 points here tonight, 5 of them in the second half already. Next whistle will send us to a timeout as we're under 15 and a half left to go here in the ball game. They swing it left corner, 3 ball on the way. That one knocked down by Kasheem Grady. Grady, he's now up to 8 points on his second 3. Furnish brings it across straight on for ORU. Hands off for Dow in exchange now with Martin. Right back to Furnish. Give it up to Dow, right wing 3. He'll fire it. Too strong. He was left open, though, and an offensive rebound for Martin. Ran down to the corner. Skips it outside for Gray, head of the key. Stop, step inside. Gray gets inside, gets fouled. Foul will go on Chris Dockery, and that'll send us to our first timeout of the second half. But an impressive performance continues from ORU. They lead Kansas City by 25. It's the Golden Eagles 56 and the Roos 31. 14:54 left to go in the ball game. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Golden Eagle basketball right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Jaguar Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at donthorntonauto.com.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
This is number 4, Layman McGrady, and you're listening to Golden Eagle basketball on ORU Sports Network.
All Golden Eagles all the time. It continues here in the 8-9 game in the Summer League Tournament. Game number 1 here from Sioux Falls. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. And the Golden Eagles with a 25-point lead, 56-31 over Kansas City. Largest lead has been 28 for ORU. They led 56-28 just moments ago. And they have led for 24 minutes and 5 seconds. That other 61 seconds, well, they've been tied. There have been no lead changes. It's been a wire-to-wire for Oral Roberts thus far. They continue to shoot the 3 ball very, very well. 11 of 20 from beyond the arc. Ty Harper, he's on the bench with 20 points. He did pick up a technical foul, and I doubt we see him for quite a while just because of A, that, and B, the lead in which ORU is working with right now. Connor Dow, he's got 12 points. And I think they're missing a 2 for him. I think he's got 14 because he had the dunk. That's his first points in the second half, which would bring him to 11. And he had a 3 moments later. That would bring him to 14. So I think they're missing a bucket on Connor Dow. Luke Ray's got 9. Martin Skillips has 9 as well. On the other side, it's Kasheem Grady overtaking the points lead for Kansas City. He's got 8 points with 2 threes. And Jason Petty with 7. The ORU basketball. Rather, free throws for Luke Ray out of the timeout. Mention Gray, 9 points. He's got 2 rebounds. Been really, really good over the last month or so. And this is his first free throw attempt of the night. First one on the way for the sophomore, nothing but nets. 73% free throw shooter coming off of a career-high 20. And honestly, he's been playing like an all-league guy over the last 8 games, 13 and 6. Second one rattles home. And Gray knocks down a pair to bring it back. 27, 58-31, and ORU back into a 2-3 zone. Kasheem Grady brings it across. Throws it to the short corner for Dockery right side. Pivots his way in and gets fouled by Gray. And they may actually get Neve. It will be on Ofri Neve. That's only his first. They get Neve on the reach, so that brings Chris Dockery to the free throw line. He's 2 of 2 tonight. Those are his only 2 points. First free throw on the way from Dockery, left it short. Dockery, born in Buffalo, New York. His brother Alex played basketball at UT Permian Basin. Chose to play at Kansas City because of proximity to close family. Luke Gray checks out. We get our first look at Barron Smith Jr. here tonight for ORU as he checks in. Dockery's second free throw. Rattles in and out. So he makes a pair, and then he comes up empty on a pair. And ORU out and running. Killips also back into the ballgame. He's got the basketball now. Skips it up top for Chase Martin, who dribbles left. Martin goes to the baseline left side. Gets caught underneath the basket. Martin hesitation. Muscles it through. Nicely done from Chase Martin. He overpowers Branch on the inside to make it a 29-point game, and there's a travel by Grady. Largest lead for ORU at 60-31. Trey Booker-Laurie will check back in for Kansas City. ORU is 20 of 36 from the field here tonight. 11 of those 20 field goals are from beyond the arc. Martin wants to back down yet again on the left side, gives it up. Furnish will launch the three off the front of the rim, and the rebound ripped down by Dockery, gets tied up. No, they're going to say a foul on Martin's Killips. ORU bench can't believe it. That's going to be the second on Killips. Team foul number 5 here in the half for ORU. Obviously not much more than a palms-up look from Corey Barnett on the bench, considering the lead in which they're working with, 29. And Grady with the head of the key, more zone for ORU. Grady lobs it underneath. It's Dockery at the free throw line. Dockery looking for space, kicks it out Petty, and he runs right into Martin. He threw Martin off with a little bit of a pump fake, and Chase picks up his second, team 6th. So one more, and Kansas City will be at the free throw line. Ready to inbound. Gets it into Booker-Laurie on the right corner. Exchange with Scott, head of the key. Booker-Laurie hesitates, bounces underneath. Scott missed it point-blank range, got his own miss, puts it back up and in. Rebound Karen right off of Barron Smith, right back to Scott. It was an easy layup. And here is ORU on the other side with Cal Furnish. Ty Harper and Connor Dow off the bench to the scorers table to check in at the next available moment. Cal Furnish goes left. Furnish at the wing, kicks it back up top. Martin's Killips over to Neve. Now back up top for Furnish with 9. Furnish behind the back to the free throw line. Nearly lost it, now he does. It's a 3-on-1 right now if they hurry for Kansas City. Dockery inside, and he gets fouled by Killips on the way up. That'll be the third on Killips. And 2 shots coming for Chris Dockery, where he just missed a pair. Dockery has 3 rebounds to go along with those 2 points. ORU out rebounding Kansas City as a team 26-17. ORU currently losing the turnover battle 9-8, however. First free throw from Dockery takes a friendly bounce. It's Dow and Harper check back in. Neve and Martin will head to the bench. So technically 3 freshmen out on the floor right now. Barron Smith being a redshirt freshman. Second free throw from Dockery, missed a short rebound to one of those 3 freshmen. Cal Furnish, who's the shortest one on the court. Fights a double team, gives it up for Dow. Long pass is intercepted by Grady, though. Grady will step back, right wing 3 on the way, too strong. And Martin's Killips with the rebound in front of 3 defenders. Harper racing in the open floor, gets it across. Swings it into the right corner for Dow, who passes up the 3. Gives it outside, straight on 3. Furnish rattles it home. 3 ball number 12 goes down for Oral Roberts. First points of the night for Cal Furnish. Booker-Laurie picked up by Barron Smith after Furnish was screaming. Who has the basketball on the defensive end? Booker-Laurie head of the key. Step back 15-footer. Missed it badly off to the right. And the rebound caroms right over to Killips. Here comes ORU off and running with Furnish. He's across half court. Gives it up Harper. Bounces it underneath. Smith wants to go to work on the left block. Spins back to the left hand. Left it short. Rebound battled for it. Here comes Jason Petty on the other side for the Roos. Doesn't have numbers, doesn't care. Petty spins to the lane, puts up a tough shot, and it rolls home. Jason Petty scores in a 1-on-3 situation to make it 63-36. Phillips will bring it across for ORU. Hand off for Furnish. Petty hits the deck trying to draw the foul. But nothing but incidental contact there. Next whistle will send us to a timeout. Furnish hesitates, backs his way out to the left wing, looking for Harper, who's getting draped. Furnish will try another three. That one rims in and out. Rebound in and out of the hands of Barron Smith out of bounds, and it'll send it back to Kansas City. And that'll send us to another timeout here in this second half. 11:45 left to go in the ballgame. All Oral Roberts, they lead at 63-36 here in game one of the Summit League tournament. ORU trying to move on to face the number 1 seed, North Dakota State, tomorrow night. And 11:45 separates them from doing just that. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle basketball and the Summit League tournament right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit. This is Jack Turner, number 0, and you're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Empire Fence of Tulsa, leading a legacy built on excellence. Since 1955, this family-owned and operated team has combined quality materials, fair pricing, and exceptional customer service. Experience the Empire difference at EmpireFence.net. Speaking of Empire Fence, the Empire Fence postgame show will come your way at the conclusion of our game here tonight. Oral Roberts up 63-36 with 11:45 left to go in regulation, trying to set up a date with the number 1 overall seed in the Summit League, the North Dakota State Bison. That would be at 6 o'clock tomorrow. But again, don't want to move past with what's in front of us right now, but the Golden Eagles have been putting on an offensive clinic, shooting 52% for the field, 52% for 3. They've hit 12 of them. They're 12 of 23, and we get the word from our sports information director, Max Zwerner. 14 is the single-game Summit League tournament record for threes at Oral Roberts. So they are too shy from tying a program record here tonight, and, well, they got the better part of 12 minutes to try and do so. Here's C.J. Evans with the basketball for the Roos out of the timeout. Gives it up for Branch, right back to Evans. He's at the right wing. More zone defense here from Oral Roberts. Branch getting double teamed for the moment. Gray retreats towards the post where Mbang resides. Branch driving left to the lane, draws the foul on Killips. So that'll put Kansas City into the bonus for the remainder of the ballgame. That's the 4th on Martin's Killips. So that puts Carmelo Branch at the free throw line. Branch scoreless here tonight. It's been a super quiet day for him, coming off of 22. His team's leading scorer. 0 of 2 tonight. Chance to try and change that here at the line with a one-on-one. Front end of it, and it takes a friendly bounce. Branch is a good free throw shooter, 84% on the year. Spent 2 seasons at Santa Fe. First team All Citrus conference last year, averaging 21.4 points per game, 6.8 rebounds. Second one on the way from Carmelo Branch is pure. Makes it 63-38, 25-point lead for ORU. Working against full court pressure, Neve gets it into Harper, who gets fouled up the far sideline as C.J. Evans was with him hip for hip, but a little bit too much contact. Team foul number 3. It's the first on Evans. Here's a wild stat. Kansas City has made 13 field goals in general. ORU has made 12 threes. Almost matched that number as Neve working against more pressure. He lobs it in for Gray into the front court as Harper is getting double teams. He's getting face guarded for the better part of the second half. Continue that trend right now. Neve looking for him, doesn't have it. Wants to drive right in the lane, layup up, and there's a goaltend. Umbang gets called for the goaltend. He doesn't like it, and it looks like Kansas City may look at this, and they will. So a review for goaltend here. Right now, the basket counts, and they'll use a full timeout to go look at it. And we will take it with them. ORU in front for the moment, 65-38, pending the review. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle basketball. You're listening to the
previous
ORU
play was ruled a
Network.
goaltend. Has been challenged.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
Back here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. 8-9 game here in the Civil League Tournament. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Yes, we are awaiting the call here on the review. It was originally called goaltending on the floor. Kansas City challenges it. They went to the monitor, and that's why they used the timeout. And here is the announcement. Or so we think. And they're going to say it was a clean block. They're going to take the points off the board. So it makes it 63-38 instead of 65-38. I don't know if the referee's mic was working to make the announcement on the other scores table, but we get confirmation over here. So it is a clean block for Umbang. So you can wipe the points off the board for Ofri Neve. Yeah, because of the review, it is a jump ball, so it goes to Kansas City. Chris Dockery will inbound it for the Roos with 11:10 left to go. They roll it into Evans, who picks it up at his own free throw line. He'll bring it across straight on against Ofri Neve. ORU back into man-to-man. Evans goes left on a couple of them being screens. Now goes right, slithers his way in. Got it rejected out of bounds by Luke Gray. Second block of the night for Luke, and he just continues to play with the utmost confidence. Baseline out of bounds for Kansas City, left of the basket. They get it up top for Evans rather quickly. Evans looking for Branch, doesn't have him. Still at the top of the key. Now Dockery right wing. 10 to shoot for the Roos. Dockery in exchange with Petty. He'll fire a long three. Rims in and out. And the rebound tapped to Gray, but it was tapped in between his legs. Dockery goes up and he gets fouled. Harper had a chance to grab the rebound, but instead he tried to tip it to Gray, and then Gray had it tapped in between his legs right to Chris Dockery, and now he is back at the free throw line. Dockery with 3 points, all of them from the stripe. He's 3 of 6 here tonight. 2 dribbles for Dockery. He flings it up with the right hand, missed it short. It's been a tough night for him at the line. He is a 59% free throw shooter, so it is pretty much on his average. Well, one more for Chris Dockery out of LA, and he makes it through. More pressure, full court for Kansas City. 63-39, ORU in front. Dow bounces it right back to Nevaeh, inbounded it. Now he'll outlet pass it over to Martin, who hands it off for Dow, who's streaking down the sideline. He's at the right wing. Dow picks up his dribble, looking for help, finds Harper. Harper towards half court, 17 to shoot for the Golden Eagles. Harper nods his head in the right wing for Nevaeh. Harper wants to go to work on Evans. He's isolated on that side of the floor. Harper through contact, throws it up with the left hand, and it drops. A lot of contact, and Harper finishes anyway. He's got a game-high 22. 65-39. That was impressive. Evans swings it into the right corner, catch and shoot 3 off the back of the rim, and Nevaeh flips it up to Harper, who's off and running in transition. Harper against Evans, Euro step inside, got a block, but Dow is there to clean it up. Connor Dow back into the scoring column. Makes it 67-39. ORU up 28. They've been up as many as 29 here in this ball game. Dockery swings it left corner for C.J. Evans. Evans bounces it left block. Mbang being guarded by Gray. Mbang wants to back his way down to the sophomore, spins to the right hand and scores. It's a hard baby hook to stop, all 7 feet of Boubacar Mbang out of Senegal. He gets so high as Harper splits a double team, working one-on-one, got it stripped on the way into the paint, though. There's a wolf behind him. And Grady just lost his footing, falls down to the floor. No call, no travel, no foul, no nothing. Here's Dow on the other, trying to beat everybody down the floor, and Dockery blocks him off the glass. Him and Dockery get tied up, nothing there. Now Petty dislodges Nevaeh, and things are getting crazy out here. Dockery Euro step inside, lays it in. Timeout, Marvin Menzies in Kansas City. That was chaotic. Bodies were flying everywhere. It'll be a 30-second timeout, it looks, and it will be. And they may go back to the monitor and look at one of these plays. Dow and Dockery got tied up, and it just looked like they got tied up because of them both falling to the floor. It didn't look like it was anything extracurricular. So 30-second timeout here. Oh, are you up 67-43? It'll be Martin Nevaeh, Killips, Furnish, Yamanuchi Williams out of the huddle for Oral Roberts. Keep in mind, the Empire Fence postgame show comes your way after the conclusion of our game here tonight. We'll break down all 40 minutes, and we will talk with head coach Corey Barnett. 9:02 left to go in this one. Both teams are out of the huddle. A little bit of confusion now. And now are they going to go to the monitor? Now they will. So after the 30-second timeout, they send both of the teams back into their huddles after they broke said huddles. And we'll see what they're looking at.
The previous play is under review for a potential flagrant foul prior to the last possession of the made basket.
So they are going to go back and look at the Connor Dow, Chris Dockery tie-up and see if there's anything there. As I said, prior to the possession that Dockery scored on, which was a transition. And so we will see what happens here. We've had a flagrant on Jamaria Clark. We've had a technical on Ty Harper. And neither foul has really been, saying the game is chippy. It's kind of misleading because Harper got his technical for yelling at the ref. Jamaria Clark got his tech for a clear path foul, but it wasn't anything super malicious. He was just trying to make a play on the ball he missed, and it ends up costing him a technical. So this game really hasn't been that chippy by any means up until this point, if this becomes anything. But there was certainly a tie-up between the two. A rather quick decision here as the stripes are away from the monitor as they take one last gander at it. .9:02 left to go, and ORU comfortably in front. 76-43. They've had 12 threes here. They are 2 shy of the program record for most threes hit in a single tournament game.
After review on the previous play, we had a flagrant foul to number 5 on Oral Roberts. Number 4 for Kansas City will shoot 2 shots, and it will remain Kansas City's ball, closest to the foul with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
So there you have it, a flagrant on Connor Dow. So it'll be shots for Dockery, and then Kansas City ball as well. So now we finally break the huddles. And Chris Dockery will go to the free throw line with everybody at midcourt. So flagrant free throws here for Chris Dockery. Dockery, 6 points, 4 of them at the free throw line. He is 4 of 8 here tonight. First one on the way from him is good. It's been kind of a wacky assortment of technicals and flagrants here tonight. Second one from Dockery rims out. A perfect 5 of 10 from the line if you wanted to divide in half. And now it'll be Kansas City basketball. Dockery to inbound, and he will roll it for Kasheem Grady, who will bring it across. Grady still lets it roll and finally picks it up in the front court. Grady, head of the key, gives it up for Branch, right wing. Branch working in on Martin. A hesitation. Branch kicks it out. Deep left corner, but inside the arc. It's Palm with a jumper, no good. And the rebound for Cal Furnish. Another one for him. Again, the shortest player on the floor. But Cal Furnish has 3 rebounds here tonight. Furnish, head of the key, dribbles right around the screen, gives it up head of the key for Yamaduchi Williams. Now finds Neve off the screen. Thought about watching the 3. Neve spins at the Summit League logo, gets to the right hand, layup no good. Put back from Yamaduchi Williams, no good, but he gets pushed in the back. Foul will go on Chris Dockery. Guy's been, in the headlines a lot here in the last few minutes. Second personal foul on Chris Dockery. 4th team foul on Kansas City. ORU is over the limit. They've got 10, so the foul disparity is quite large. Yamaduchi Williams to the free throw line, and he knocks down the first. Up to 3 points now after his first free throw. 71% on the year. Got 4 points, 4 rebounds in limited minutes against Casey on Saturday. Splits a pair, and the rebound ran down by Chase Martin. Another offensive rebound for the alter ego of Chase Martin, number 12 instead of number 2. Furnish, right wing, head of the key now for Yamaduchi Williams, 9 to shoot, looking for help. He finds Martin. Martin through all types of traffic, drives the lane, dumps it off. Killips driving inside, lays it in, and the foul. Martin's Killips now a career-high 11 for him. And he'll have a chance to add to it at the line. And another foul on Chris Dockery. Back-to-back on him. He's got 3. So Martins Killips, 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting. What a night for him. He's also got 5 rebounds. First free throw attempt here tonight, and it's good. A guy who has struggled mightily from the line. He's just 4 of 13 heading into tonight. It makes that one look easy. 71-44 ORU in front. 8:10 left to go. As Grady picks it up in the front court, bounces to Palm, head of the key, hands off for Branch, working his way downhill left of the lane, kicks it out left corner 3. Branch no good. And the rebound, a long rebound to Chase Martin. Gives it up for Furnish, pushing across half court. Furnish to the free throw line, kicks it out for Killips. Now here comes Chase Martin down the lane. Kicks it out. Good ball movement from the Golden Eagles. Deep 3 on the way. Killips knocks it through. Martins Killips have a debut in the Summit League tournament. He's got 15 to add to his career high. 3-ball number 4 for Martins. And he looks as confident as he has been all year here tonight. The lead is up to 30, the largest for ORU. Palm in the left corner with 12 to shoot. Hands off. Branch downhill, reverse label the right hand, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds off of Yamanuchi Williams. And that'll send us to the under 8 timeout. But Oral Roberts continues to be hooping here tonight. Martins Killips, the story over the last few sequences. 15 points, 5 rebounds on a career night for the freshman. And Oral Roberts with their largest lead at 30, 74-44. 7:21 left to go here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Don't go anywhere. This is Golden Eagle basketball on the ORU Sports Network.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Jaguar Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at donthorntonauto.com.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Adventure, comfort, safety. The Acura MDX has it all. Perfect for family trips or weekend getaways. The Acura MDX keeps you connected, comfortable, and confident on every road. Drive one today at Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, where luxury meets peace of mind. The MDX, your journey elevated.
This is number 20, Lane Sparks, and you're listening to Golden Eagle Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Golden Eagles up by 30, their largest lead here tonight, 74-44 over Kansas City. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network, and a plethora of double-figure scores for ORU here tonight. Ty Harper leading the way with 22 on 50% shooting. He's hit 4 threes. Martins Killips, a career-high 15 for him. He's knocked down 4 threes, 5 of 7 from the floor. He's got 5 rebounds to go along with it. Connor Dow with 14, Luke Ray with 11. Those are the double-figure scores for ORU. Not a single double-figure score for Kansas City. Largest scoring output belongs to Jason Petty. He's got 9. That type of night. Kansas City 30% from the field. ORU 52% from the field. 54% from beyond the arc, and they are one shy of tying a program record for single-game threes made in a Summit League tournament game at 14. Underneath, Scott tried to throw it down on the roll, but he missed it short. He comes up holding his hand as one of his fingers got caught in the net on the follow-through. Dockery gets fouled on the putback, and hopefully Scott is all right. Fouls on Yuto Yamanuchi Williams. ORU's over the limit. It would have been a shooting foul anyway. That is the first on Yuto. And guess who's back on the free throw line? It's Chris Dockery. He's 5 of 10 here tonight. And now both teams are going to get sent back to their benches. Yeah, there may be something else to look at here. There have been reviews aplenty here tonight. And what has been a lopsided game in favor of the Golden Eagles here tonight. Let's see if we get an announcement here. The both teams sent to their benches. And only the coaching staffs are standing up. All the players on both sides are sitting, which is a little bit unusual. Not really sure what's going on here. We'll try and get you some clarity as quickly as possible. This may be an off-the-court issue. Because, again, it didn't look like anything happened on the court. And the referees are not at the monitor. They're not looking at anything. So this tells me that this is a non-game issue, but I'm not really sure. They got to fix the net. That's what it is. They bring out the ladder. I think one of the loops came undone on the dunk attempt from Scott, and that's exactly what happened. It's hard to tell from our angle. It looks like all of them are still intact, but clearly not. So they got to fix the net. First equipment malfunction of the Summer League tournament comes to game number 1. Look at that. 7:13 left to go in the game. But ORU up 30. Winning the rebounding battle 35-24 ORU. 26-13 defensively. They're being out-rebounded on the offensive glass 11-9. Second chance points, ORU leading 13-11. Bench points tied at 21. Points to the paint, ORU with a 22-20 edge. Fast break points, ORU 11 to Kansas City's 3. Blocks even at 3 apiece. Steals 7 for KC, 6 for ORU. ORU with 10 assists to Kansas City's 6. ORU has led the entirety of the way. So it is 8:50 p.m. here in South Dakota. This game started at 7. We are going to go well over 2 hours here tonight with all the replays and now this equipment delay with them having to fix the nets. And we'll see how long this takes. I don't know if they're going to need a brand new net or not. Or if they can just fix the one loop. But the ladder is out there. Nobody is on said ladder. And I think they went into the back to try and get a new net. And now the stripes are going to go to the monitor. What for, I'm not sure. Again, it doesn't look like there's anything to review part of the play. It was just a foul. So hopefully this issue gets fixed sooner rather than later. And now Marvin Menzies and Corey Barnett are having a discussion at midcourt with the referees. And this is unlike anything I've ever seen before. So, I don't know, maybe the argument is there's a goaltend, and hopefully we'll get some clarification right now because there was touching the net. They got a new piece of equipment out of the back. And they're going to try and fix this net as soon as possible. But an equipment delay right now. And I think they're just going to re-tie the net in there. We're going to get an explanation. So Ryan Powell of the Summit League, one of the great people that helps put on this event each and every single year, he explains to us that the wire in the rim snapped. So they got to replace the wire in order for the net to stay up there on the rim. I've never seen that happen in a college basketball game, let alone any basketball game before. So they're replacing the wire as we speak. The net is no longer on the rim. So while they try and replace that, we'll take a break. 7:13 left to go in the ball game, and, well, oddities keep piling up here in Game 1 of the Summer League tournament, but we're having fun as we roll along. Oral Roberts up 30, 74-44. When we come back, this is Golden Eagle Basketball on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrow's Tiger Hill Plaza and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
So we have the equipment malfunction fixed. The wire is fixed. Chris Dockery is at the line. ORU is up 74-44 with 7:13 left. Dockery comes up empty on the first free throw. And there was an ovation for the equipment management crew who fixed the net. So shouts to them. As Dockery comes up empty on both, gets his own rebound, lays it up and in on the reverse. But big shout out to the guys behind the scenes for helping us carry on with the ball game as we approach 7 minutes. Furnish dealing with some full court pressure, lobs it ahead, one-hand catch for Killips, works his way inside. Killips all the way in, right-handed layup, good. Little nifty move in midair, the contortion of his body to scoop that one in. And his career night continues. He's got 17. Career high. The freshman out of Latvia. Petty inside, tough shot, no good. Rebound tapped around. Here comes Furnish. It's a 1-on-4. He will slow it down. 6.5 left to go here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. And ORU trying to move on to face off against the number 1 team of the Summit tomorrow night. Underneath, Aaron Jacobs seeing his first minutes. Goes to the right hand, trying to make it in, no good. And the rebound out of bounds. It is off of Killips out of bounds. That game tomorrow would be at 6 p.m. First of 2 men's games. And the third of 4 games here at this facility. 2 women's games prior to. Here's Kansas City on the other side. Carmelo Branch with it. Head of the key. Spins back. And swinging around right corner. Catch and shoot 3. Dockery off the front of the rim. Rebound Yamanuchi Williams. Gives it up to Killips near sideline. Brings it across and exchanges with Furnish right in front of us. Furnish at the Summit League Championship logo at midcourt. Gives it right wing for Chase Martin. Martin around the screen at the elbow. Kicks it out. Jacob will try to catch and shoot 3. Too strong. And the rebound battled for. Tapped right to Martin. Into the right corner for Killips. Spins to the right block. Got it blocked. And Branch scoops up the loose ball. Here's Branch across the timeline. Gets a screen to the left by Scott. Pocket pass to him. They kick it out right corner. Dockery again. Same spot, same result. No good. And the rebound for Chase Martin. Here comes Furnish in the open floor. He lost it and he got fouled by Scott. Scott helps him up. Classy move there, but he picks up the foul. It's his second. So Aaron Jacob will inbound it right next to Marvin Menzies, who is, well, for all intents and purposes, in the last 5:27 of his head coaching career at UMKC. ORU up 76-46 with 5:20 left to go in the ball game. Martin drives left baseline, hesitates, dumps it underneath. Jacob on the cut, lays it in. Aaron Jacob in the scoring column. And a nice find from Chase Martin. Largest lead at 32. Dockery over to Petty. They swing it right corner to left corner. Machine Grady on the catch. They find Dockery at the free throw line, being guarded by Jacob. Lost it for a moment. Bounces it right block onto the arm's length reach of Petty. Now underneath, right block for Scott with 5. Scott going to work. Tries to flip it up and in over Yamanuchi Williams and a late whistle on a foul. And the foul will go on Udo. It's his second. So 2 shots for Adarin Scott, the senior out of Dallas, Texas. Spent 2 years at Auburn. Didn't play for the Tigers last season. First free throw on the way, and he missed it badly short. Baron Smith Jr. checks back in for ORU. Udo Yamanuchi Williams out. Second on the way from Scott, good. Jacob the inbound against pressure. Gets it into Furnish near side, bounces it across the timeline for Martin. Chase Martin gives it back to Furnish right in midcourt. Furnish dribbles right to the wing, now back up top, gives it up for Baron Smith. Smith underneath, Jacob wide open, lays it in. How did he get so free? Good recognition from Smith to find Jacob. And he lays it in, he's got 4 points off the bench. On the other side, it's Scott, hangs in the air and hits the reverse layup. Scott back in scoring column. He's got 7 points here tonight. Martin weaves his way through, lays it in, left-handed layup, right side of the rim. The reaction from Ofri Neve on the bench says it all. Hands on the head and a shocked look. It's been that kind of night for ORU. They lead at 82-49. Guys are just having fun with it. Dockery a skip. Petty left wing, drives in on Barron Smith, trying to create space, draws a foul, flips it up, no good. And 2 shots coming for Jason Petty on the other side of the final timeout of the ball game. Oral Roberts in firm control, and 3 minutes and 42 seconds separates them from a matchup with the Summit League's top team in North Dakota State tomorrow night. We'll step aside for one final time. Back with you in a moment from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. This is Golden Eagle Basketball on the ORU Sports Network.
Welcome to Lamar Outdoor Advertising, the largest outdoor advertising company in the U.S. and one of the most successful operators in the outdoor advertising industry. We offer advertising in 2/3 of the top 50 markets in the country, as well as over 100 years of experience to help you make the most of this valuable marketing tool. Please visit our website, www.lamar.com, to learn more about our award-winning team and services. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, too. Let us know how we can best assist you when we return to the line.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
This is number 7, Martin Skills, and you're listening to Golden Eagles Basketball on ORU Sports Network.
Golden Eagles in firm control of 82-49 over Kansas City. 3:42 left to go here in the ballgame. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network. Once again, a reminder, the Empire Fence postgame show comes your way at the conclusion of this one. We will recap all 40 minutes, and we will talk with head man Corey Barnett following what has been a dominant performance from his team here tonight in round 1 of the Summit League tournament. Winner of this game, which, barring a miracle, and even that, I don't know if that'll make a difference. ORU will face number 1 North Dakota State tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The teams, or the Summit's top team, rather. Finishing the year at 24-7, 14-2 in the conference. And, well, ORU took them to double overtime at their place. So keep that in mind. A team that ORU can hang with and can potentially beat. So it should be a good one tomorrow. So after the timeout, it is Jason Petty to the free throw line. Petty tonight, 9 points. Free throw up and down, and he is the first RU in double figures with 3:42 left to go in the game. Petty with one more. And it takes a friendly bounce for him. So he hits a pair there to make it 82-51. Full court pressure from Kansas City as Martin brings it across near sideline, picks it up right in front of us. Martin looking for help. Skips it far corner for Jacob. Jab step, he'll fire the 3. Too strong off the back rim. Offensive rebound for Smith. Gets tied up. And is that going to be a jump ball or a foul? It'll be a foul, it looks like, on Kansas City. And that'll put ORU in the 1-1. The foul's on Jason Petty. So that puts Barron Smith at the line. Third foul on Jason Petty. 17th foul. Yuto Yamaduchi Williams back in for ORU. Chase Martin takes a seat. Barron Smith, 65% free throw shooter. Front end of the 1-1. Too strong. And the rebound to Babakar Mbang. Bringing it across. Booker Laurie goes left to the lane. Spins to the block. Fadeaway jumper on the way. Good. That was smooth from Trey Booker Laurie. 82-53. ORU in front as we approach 3 minutes. Furnish being harassed by Kashim Grady at midcourt. Looking for some sort of help. Gets a screen by Barron Smith. Bounces it to him on the roll. Smith, left block, got it stripped. Loose on the deck. Smith gets tied up. Still looking for control, and they're going to say travel on Smith. A little bit out of control. 13th turnover of the game for ORU. Booker Laurie brings it across, straight on, and goes left towards that wing. Booker Laurie drives left of the lane, lost it, got it back, spins across. He'll fire it to the right corner. Petty, a catch and shoot three. Up to 14 points for Jason Petty, his second three on 6 attempts. Just the 5th three-point make for KC here tonight. ORU's one shy of tying the program record for single-game made threes at the Summit League tournament. Furnish looking for help at midcourt. They've made 13 of them. They're looking for 14 to tie. Furnish goes left around a Smith screen. Furnish hesitates, puts his man in jail, kicks it out. Yamaduchi Williams will try for that record airball, but well short. And here comes Kansas City out on the run. Brady lobbing it. That one broken up on the back door by Killips. So it'll remain Kansas City ball. They were looking for an alley-oop for Umbang in transition. Here's Petty, kicks it back outside. Booker Laurie straight on. Gets a screen to the right. Booker Laurie crosses back over. He'll fire the three. Got it. Trey Booker Laurie coming alive here in the later stages of this one. He's got 8 points. And Furnish splits a double team and gets fouled by Petty. That is the 4th on Petty. Cal Furnish to the line for a 1-and-1 in an 82-59 ball game. Cal Furnish with 3 points here tonight. First free throw rims in and out, and the rebound to Booker Laurie. He wants to push across half court. Booker Laurie just over 90 seconds, lays it up, no good with a left hand. Rebound to Killips. Killips facing pressure, picks it up now, launches it across half court. That one tapped out of bounds right to his head coach, Corey Barnett, who dribbles it in frustration. Says, hey, slow down. You got time. Last thing you want to do if you're ORU is you want to throw it around the court. Those long passes facing pressure are lethal. Yeah, the lead is extremely sizable, but it's a great time for these guys to work on some things. Nice crossover move there from Furnish. Pulls up from 15, no good. Rebound loose. Smith has it, dumps it underneath. Yamaduchi Williams the slam. Way to stick with it. Barron Smith Jr. gives it up for Yamaduchi Williams for the easy 2, and it's back to a 25-point game. Underneath on the other side, and that is a foul on Booker Laurie. Or excuse me, Yamaduchi Williams fouls Booker Laurie. That is his 3rd. Kansas City's made 4 of their last 5. Booker Laurie bends to the knees, flings it up, missed it short. ORU's only outscoring Kansas City 40-38 in the second half, but that's what happens when you come to the free throw, or excuse me, come to the locker room. Up 23 as Kasheem Grady checks out, one of the seniors on this squad, for the final time. The free throw is good on the second attempt there for Booker Laurie. 84-60s. We're under a minute. Furnish goes left around a screen for Barron Smith. He's at the elbow. Furnish with 11, trying to create. He'll pull up over the top of Dockery. No good off to the left. Rebound ripped down by Petty. 40 seconds to go, about a 13-second difference between shot and game clock. Booker Laurie, left wing. He'll step back for a 3. He's been hot as of late. Missed that one short. Offensive rebound for Clark. Shot clock still on. Now it's Dockery, a 3 ball. Now with that one rebounded by Yamaduchi Williams. He's getting double-teamed and harassed by Booker Laurie. Finally gets rid of it to Furnish. And now they turn it over. Booker Laurie inside. He'll lob it underneath. Dockery the easy lay-in with 13.6. Make it 84-62. And all ORU has to do is dribble this one out. Inbound pass to Furnish as the clock will tick down from 10. And a dominant performance for Oral Roberts from start to finish. And they've got a 3rd matchup with a top seed in the Summit League, North Dakota State. Tomorrow night, the final score, Oral Roberts 84 and Kansas City 62. The Golden Eagles winners of 4 consecutive ball games, and they get the top team in the Summit tomorrow night. 10th win of the year for the Golden Eagles. They improved to 10-22, 5-12 in the Summit. And the Roos finished their regular season at 4-27 and 1-16 in conference play. And that'll do it for Marvin Menzies on the sidelines for the Kansas City Roos. We will recap it all for you on the Empire Fence post-game show, all 40 minutes, and we will catch up with the head coach, Corey Barnett, after his team's dominant performance here tonight. Once again, the final score, ORU 84, Kansas City 62, and the Golden Eagles have won 4 consecutive ball games, and they headed to a date with the top-seeded North Dakota State Bison. We'll recap it all for you next here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Life comes at you fast, whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial. Sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Reese's, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
A full breakdown, reaction, and analysis of Golden Eagle basketball comes your way right now. Hear from head coach Corey Barnett and more on the Empire Fence postgame show. Once again, here's Connor Clark.
An absolute dominant performance from start to finish for the Golden Eagles here tonight to start off Summer League tournament play. The final score over the 9-seed Kansas City Roos, the 8-seed Oral Roberts, 84-62. And, well, it wasn't even really that close throughout the night. Welcome into the Empire Fence postgame show. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network live from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Day one of the Summer League tournament is in the books. One of the most fun events we get to be a part of all season long. And, well, we get to be a part of it for a few more days, and we get a few more games on top of it. Well, let's break down the 40 minutes we saw here tonight, and it was all ORU from start to finish. This game was tied for a minute and 1 second. ORU led for the rest of the way. Leading scorer for Oral Roberts, to nobody's surprise, Ty Harper, 22 points on 50% shooting, and, well, he sat for a lot of that second half, especially after picking up the technical foul. Martins Killips with a career-high 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 of 9 shooting for him. He hit 4 threes in the process. Really impressive for him. Connor Dow, 14 points. Luke Ray with 11. Those are your double-figure scores for ORU. On the other side, Jason Petty led the way for Kansas City with 14, and Chris Dockery with 11. Those are the double-figure scores for Kansas City here tonight. They shoot at 34% for the field, 6 of 24 from downtown, 14 of 24 from the stripe. Oral Roberts, 50% even from the field, 48% from downtown. They hit 13 threes and 11 of 17 from the free throw line, which is a little bit of an uncharacteristic night for him or for them. But, you know, it's in a 22-point win. It's not going to cost you that much. Oral Roberts wins the rebounding battle 43-32. They out-rebound them defensively 31-19. KC wins the offensive glass 13-12. Second chance points, ORU with a 15-13 edge. Bench points fairly even. ORU wins that by a point, 29-28. Points in the paint, ORU 32-26 over KC. Fast break points, ORU 11, KC 5. Blocks, Kansas City 4-3 in that category. Steals 8-6 in that category. Assists, ORU 13-9 in that category. And once again, just the overall dominant performance. And now, don't look now, but the Golden Eagles have won 4 games in a row, and they've won 3 of those 4 games by 20 or more points. They beat Denver by 22. They beat Kansas City back-to-back by 24 and now 22 here tonight. And they were up by as many as 33 here tonight. And, of course, they beat South Dakota by 5 to start off this winning streak. But they say right now is a good time to get hot. Well, ORU is getting hot, and that's exactly what you need out of the guys from Tulsa. And now they got a chance to really prove it against the number 1 seed in the Summit League, the North Dakota State Bison, team that did sweep ORU in the regular season. But, again, this is the ORU team that is playing a lot better as of late, and you can't really compare the two from then to now. But North Dakota State, 24-7 on the year, 14-2 in Summit League play, and a team that is really well balanced. They don't necessarily have a guy who jumps off the stat sheet, but everybody knows their role, and they do it to a T. It is really, really impressive to watch as Oral Roberts will try and knock them off and create a massive upset here in what is the real first round of the Summit League tournament tomorrow night. That game will tip off at 6. But once again, ORU 22-point winners here tonight. Ty Harper in double figures yet again, and that's to nobody's surprise, 22 points. And guy was averaging nearly 30 over his last 5. That average will come down a little bit, and it's kind of rare to say that when a guy scores 22 and his average is going to come down, but it's still at a really impressive 6 games stretch for Ty, and that'll continue as we move on to tomorrow. So we will take a quick break, and then on the other side, we will update you on the top 25 as a lot of those games have gone final. And we will also catch up with the head coach, Corey Barnett, following his post-game presser here at the Summit League tournament. So ORU winners, 84-62. They've won 10 games here in the first year of the Corey Barnett era, and they've won 4 in a row. Stick with us. This is the Empire Fence post-game show right here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Family owned and operated since 1969, the Don Thornton Automotive Group is driven to make car buying easy and your ownership experience exceptional. Tulsa's choice for performance and luxury. Audi Tulsa, Don Thornton Cadillac, Land Rover Tulsa, Don Thornton Volkswagen, and Lexus of Tulsa. Visit any of their dealerships on Memorial in Midtown or online at DonThorntonAuto.com.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
Welcome back into the Empire Fence postgame show here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Connor Clark here with you on the ORU Sports Network as we continue our postgame coverage. 84-62 win for ORU over Kansas City in the 8-9 play-in game. And now Oral Roberts will face off against North Dakota State tomorrow, the number 1 seed in the Summit League. But before we dive into a little bit of that matchup and talk with head coach Corey Barnett. Let's get you caught up on the top 25 scoreboard. Number 20, Arkansas defeats Texas in Fayetteville, 105-85. And we mentioned that was a high-scoring game at halftime. It ends up being a high-scoring game in the final. Number 22, Miami gets the win on the road against SMU, 77-69 in ACC play. Miami having a really, really impressive season under a first-year head coach. Number 25 is St. Louis takes care of Loyola Chicago, 79-65 at home, and then 2 games in progress right now. Both of them are very good. Number 15, Purdue on the road in Evanston, Illinois to take on Northwestern. They currently hold a 65-63 lead with a minute 33 left to go from Welsh Ryan Arena. Real tight when they are on senior night. And then out of the Big 12, Baylor on the road at number 7, Houston, and Baylor with a 1-point lead over the Cougars, 15:52 left to go on that one. So still a lot of time. But Baylor, who's had a pretty uncharacteristic down year under Scott Drew, just 15-14, looking to pull off is what would be a huge, huge upset over the 7th-ranked Cougars, who just got off of a losing streak in a big way and a 40-point win over Colorado. And they've been vulnerable as of late, but winning on the road at Houston is always a difficult, difficult task to accomplish, and Baylor tries to do that tonight. So that is a look at the top 25 scoreboard. Let's refresh your memory on what is coming up in the Summit League in the next 2 days. The 4 quarterfinal games are now set in stone. ORU, the 8 seed, will take on the 1 seed at North Dakota State tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. We'll have pregame coverage starting for you at 5:40 right here on the ORU Sports Network. And then at 8:30 in the nightcap, South Dakota State takes on St. Thomas, the 7-2 game, as the Tommies look to try and run back to the Summit League Tournament Championship game. And South Dakota State looks to try and knock them off in that first round, which will probably be a very blue building here tomorrow night, as the voice of the Jackrabbits, Tyler Merriam, laughs at that joke, sitting right next to me. I'm glad he enjoyed that. Then on Friday, more quarterfinal games. The 5-4 game, Omaha the 5 seed, South Dakota the 4 seed at 6 o'clock. And then the really, really, in my opinion, intriguing 3-6 game between the 3 seed North Dakota and the 6 seed Denver. And Denver could have been as high as the 4 seed. They come to ORU, of course. They lose in Tulsa, so that doesn't help them out. Then they don't get their way with how the South Dakota final goes out, and South Dakota State and X, Y, and Z falls into this equation. And they end up as the 6 seed. And we all know what Denver can do offensively, and we all know what they can or maybe cannot do defensively, as they've got exploited at multiple times this season. But North Dakota is a team that has shown flashes of being really, really good. They've also shown flashes of being very, very vulnerable. So that will be a very, very intriguing game here tomorrow, on Friday rather, against Denver. And then we will have semifinal games on Saturday, and then, of course, the Summit League Tournament Championship game coming your way on Sunday. A quick look at North Dakota State. Once again, they finish 24-7 on the year, 14-2 in Summit League play. They average 81.5 points a game, 70.6 points allowed per game. So very good on both ends of the basketball. They have one of the best shooting percentages in the league at 47.2 from the field, and then from beyond the arc, 36.8, also one of the best percentages in the Summit League. They're led in scoring by Damari Wheeler-Thomas, who averages 14.1 a game, 3.5 rebounds. He's got 80 assists this year. You may remember he did miss that second meeting with an injury against Oral Roberts, but Tay Smith said, well, that doesn't really matter. I'm going to hit 8 threes, and that's what happened, and he is a guy to look out for as well. Markai Strickland, another problem on this roster, 12.3 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 41 assists for him, and he's a guy who can get it done down low. And then first-team conference player Travion Carson with 12.2 points a game, 6.5 rebounds a game, one of the best rebounders in the entire conference as well. So that is your kind of 30,000-foot outlook on North Dakota State. We'll get into more in-depth stuff with them as we enhance our pregame coverage tomorrow. Once again, that will be starting at 5:40 p.m. right here on the ORU Sports Network, as they win it 84-62 over Kansas City tonight, and they move on to face off against the number 1 seed in the Summit tomorrow at 6 o'clock. We'll take another break, and then we will talk with the head coach of Oral Roberts, Corey Barnett. Excited to talk with him. He brings great stuff to the table as always, and get to talk about another 20-piece from Ty Harper and a career night for Martins Killips and a 22-point win. So all that and more is coming your way next. This is the Empire Fence postgame show here on the ORU Sports Network.
Life comes at you fast. Whether it's starting a family, making the most out of your side hustle, or anything else financial, sometimes you just need to talk to someone. That's what we do. We're TTCU Federal Credit Union, and we're here to get you where you want to go. Our money experts can help build your credit, figure out your budgets, and even help plan your savings goals. Together, we've got this. TTCU Federal Credit Union. Life is better in balance.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC from Ford Credit.
Basketball season is here, so let racers make sure you're on the ball for entertaining. Make it easy with our ready-to-grill items, like our jalapeno poppers and kebabs. We have fan favorites, like our sandwich trays from the deli, or team-themed cakes and cupcakes in the bakery. Racers, the official grocery store of the ORU Golden Eagles.
At Grubbs Acura of Tulsa, we don't just sell cars, we stand behind them. That's why we offer a lifetime warranty on every new Acura and select pre-owned vehicles. Drive with confidence, knowing your investment is protected for the long haul. Stop by Grubbs Acura of Tulsa today. Luxury you can trust, backed for life.
At Bill Knight Ford, we're proud to bring you the power of 4 with Bill Knight Ford of Tulsa, Stillwater, Bartlesville, and now our all-new location in Veneta. You have access to a wider selection of vehicles, more service options, and a dedicated team.
Get the 2025 F-150 Super Crew for just $48,990 or the 2025 Explorer for just $43,660, both with 3.9% financing.
Visit any of our 4 locations to experience the power of 4 for yourself or shop BillKnightAuto.com today.
WAC.
Looking for delicious fried and rotisserie chicken? Look no further than Waldo's Chicken. Our Southern-style scratch-made sides are the perfect complement to our mouth-watering chicken. With dine-in, drive-through, and catering options, we got you covered for all occasions. Let us handle your next fundraising event, team lunch, or family gathering with our full-service catering options. Enjoy all your favorite sports with lots of TVs, and don't miss out on our daily food and drink specials each week. With 2 convenient locations at Broken Arrows, Tiger Hill Plaza, and 71st and Yale. Waldo's Chicken, the best fried chicken in Oklahoma.
Welcome back into the Empire Fence postgame show. Wrapping things up here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center here on the ORU Sports Network. Connor Clark now joined by the head coach, Corey Barnett, following a dominant 84-62 win over Kansas City. And, Coach, you guys came out firing from really start to finish. It was a very similar start to what we saw on Saturday up at Kansas City, get out 7-0. And Ty's got it going early, and you guys have a plethora of guys who just fill it up here tonight, shoot 50% from the field. I mean, let's start with the offensive end. It felt like at times you guys could do no wrong. I know, of course, there were, some learning experiences probably down the stretch, but overall, a really, really good night for your squad.
You seem to always start with the offensive end.
What's wrong with that? I know you're a defense guy, but
that's fine.
Save the best for last.
No, the guys were great tonight. They had a great demeanor about them, and they moved the ball like crazy. And obviously, the way that Ty is playing, it just changes the game. I've become such a better coach when we make open shots. So obviously, he's doing a really good job at finding guys, and that ball is moving. And I know he only had 1 assist tonight, but I feel like he probably had 4 or 5 hockey assists where he found the right guy, and it was an extra pass. And we also may have missed 3 or 4 layups early on there that they went on those drop downs. So their maturity level and the way that they're trusting the offense, and I think we found a little bit of a groove with some things that we've adjusted to on that end, and it's allowed a lot of guys to open it back up, and the role clarity has really been there for each and every individual, and they're doing a great job at leaning into that role and maximizing it.
I asked Donovan Williams pregame, how much does Ty's play as of late just open it up for everybody else?
It does. Yeah, and this is who we knew Ty was. And obviously, I really wish the ORU fan base could have seen Ty with Lane, because I just think those two together would have really changed a lot. But it's been a challenge for him to be able to find that groove. But now that he has, it just changes it for everybody. And now when you have Luke Gray starting to make open shots, Connor making open shots at a high clip, now Martins comes out and goes 4 for 6 from 3. It just changes the entire gravity of the floor. It opens up lanes for everybody else. And I just think that we're doing a really good job at making teams guard consistently.
Martin Skillup's career night for him, 17.6 rebounds.
Yeah.
Shot the ball with a ton of confidence here tonight, and I feel like we've seen that growing gradually, and
No doubt.
it finally popped.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I mean, he always shoots it confidently. He just has got to stop hip thrusting people when they're driving and just freaking use his chest. But that's something he's got to grow through, because he had 4 fouls again tonight, but didn't foul out. So there's growth, one less than usual. So, but no, he's been awesome. He catches it and he's ready to shoot every single time. His shot prep's one of the best on our teams, and he's one that just even if he misses his last one, he does not have carryover to the next one. He's letting that thing fly. He shoots with a ton of confidence, and that's why we fell in love with him when we first got here and recruited him. And obviously, he's obviously done a really good job at leaning into that, and to come into March and have the maturity on a neutral court in this type of moment to really just take it as a 0-0 every single possession and catch and fire with that kind of confidence just shows what type of toughness that he has and our team has.
I know you're dying to talk about it. We'll talk about defense right now.
Thank you.
Over your last 5, you guys are allowing 5 less points per game. Now, that number will only improve after tonight, allowing 62. And
yeah.
You guys switch from man, you go back to zone, then you go right back to man in the very next possession. You've been throwing a lot of looks at the opposition as of late.
Yeah.
What does that say about your crew just leaning into the scheme and just playing more? I feel like the word of the year has been connectivity.
Yeah.
I feel like we see that a lot.
No, there's no doubt. And honestly, our league's too good to just give one type of man look. Like, you have to have different adjustments. And we have a lot, and we're going to have multiple for a really good basketball team tomorrow night. And, Marv is an unbelievable coach. And the fact that he's got his guys fighting straight to the end is a testament to him. And we were going to need to give him different looks to keep them off balance, just to make sure that they stayed uncomfortable. And I never wanted them to get in a full groove. They kind of did in those last 4 minutes with some of the lineups we put out there. But outside of that, I thought our guys did a really good job at being connected and flying around, and our activity level, our talk level. It's been at a super high level, and I'm really proud of them.
Last thing for you, you guys haven't seen NDSU in a little while, a little bit over a month, and you guys took them to double OT at their place. Of course, Tay Smith got hot at home, but
I'd say that, yeah.
What do you guys have to do, just kind of from an overall view, to shut them down? Because I said before he got here, they don't really have a guy who necessarily jumps off the page statistically, but they've got a ton of guys who just play really, really good.
Yeah, no, I mean, they have a bunch of guys jump off the page statistically. I mean, 0 is incredible. Wheeler's been one of the best defenders in our league. 44 is is the best statistical player on both offense and defensive end. And then 30 is a freaking load for us. We don't have a great matchup for him. So we're going to have some different curveballs to throw at them, because obviously they've found 2 different ways to beat us. And they had a really good adjustment at our place by making open threes.
Right.
So that we need to try and take that away as much as possible. And obviously they had a man down, and they started Tay, and he played incredible, and he just did it again on senior night the other night. So that's a dude who can really, really fill it up, and they have a lot of those. So they got a lot of depth, but thankfully our lineup and our role clarity has gotten a lot more clear over the last few weeks, and they haven't seen this team yet. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to go to battle with them here tomorrow night.
Well, you guys have the chance to put the madness in March Madness tomorrow, and I'm very looking forward to it, Coach. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, brother.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Let's go do it.
Let's do it. That's head coach Corey Barnett here on the Empire Fence post-game show. Great stuff as always from KB, and that'll do it for us here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Big thanks to all of you for joining us here on what has been kind of a lengthy broadcast. Had a couple of delays with the equipment, but we got that fixed. So once again, shout out to the dudes behind the scenes as always. And that was something I'd never seen before in a basketball game, and now we get it fixed and everything is fine. So hopefully that doesn't happen tomorrow against North Dakota State or the 2 games that are in front of us. But big shouts to the equipment staff here at the Denny Sanford Premier Center. So a big one tomorrow. ORU takes on the number 1 seed in the Summit League, North Dakota State. That game at 6 o'clock, pregame coverage from wire to wire starting at 5:40. That'll do it for us here from the Denny Sanford Premier Center. Big thanks to our sponsorship group, as always. Big thanks to our ORU Sports Network crew for making us look and sound great with each and every single broadcast. And a big thanks to all of you for making us part of your Wednesday night festivities. ORU with a chance to make a huge splash tomorrow night when they take on North Dakota State at 6 o'clock. This is Connor Clark saying so long from Sioux Falls. We'll talk to you tomorrow evening. This has been Golden Eagle Basketball on the ORU Sports Network.